kill that bitch. Buster shot that tech at me. One day I'ma kill that bitch.
Did this one yesterday, bruh. What up, peoples? I already know it's messed up. I might have to open up this real quick. There we go. It's a weird bug, man. What is goody? What's going on, peoples? MPC day. I wanted to go live at like 12, but bro, I have not got any sleep. I am tired as hell. Like, I had to re-edit my whole entire review, gang. It was insane. Like, I'll show you what happened. So I had my top-down view or whatnot, and here's the MPC samples. We'll get into that. I don't know. MPC samples rolls out the tongue a little bit better than MPC sample, but I gotta give it to them. They went for the they really want to hone in on that keyword, and a lot of the MPC stuff has been named and properly and all the other stuff. But what happened was, when I did my live, or not my live, when I did my review, I had my rule of thirds on, and my rule of thirds allows me to see everything that I need to see in terms of you know, if it's lined up or whatever the case, you know. And that bothered the absolute dog crap out of me when I did that jump, man. I was heated. How's the audio? Is the audio good? Gotta give myself a little bit of a boosty because I got my toboggan on. Make sure. All right. The audio's good. Good. How everybody's feeling today? Fire weather. What the fuck? And man, I got all these contraptions, and you know, I'm blessed. You know, I'm blessed. I don't have much, but I have just enough to keep me from going insane, I guess. You know, that's how I kind of look at music in general. Music keeps me from going insane. Oh, you just got yours from GC, so you got yours from Guitar Center. Big shout out to Apex. Yeah. This baby right here is thunderous. It's actually, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, gang. Like, I barely, let me turn this shit off before I just start shooting the whole entire live stream like that, just like I did the damn review. I legitimately did most of my review the first day that I got it, right? Then I had to go back and retouch everything. Then last night, cameras wanted to play with me, bro. I could not win. Bro. I could not win. Matter of fact. All right. Yeah. And that's this camera right here it's been doing a little bit too much. But this one looks better when I touch it up a little bit. I'm gonna touch up the image a little bit. This looks like I'm fried. I am fried though. I'm fried and I'm tired. Like, I shouldn't have did that. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have did that. But everybody having a hell of a day, gang. Let me know how y'all feeling out there. Yeah, see. About 15. That's too dark. About all right about here. That'll be cool. And I have other, you know, I got this camera shot right here. It's going to take a second to warm up because I haven't warmed it up. This is my Osbotel Air. And when I tell you, for a $500 camera, it has its flaws, but at the same time, it can do some great shots, man. It can do some great shots. Shout out to the 24 people up in here, man. Big shout out where you're from. Let me know where you're from, man. You know what I'm saying? Do you got an MPC sample? It's not required if you're just watching my stream or whatnot. I don't require that of you. But what I think I'll do this right now. Actually, I will keep it on there, and then we'll just go to this camera. It's a whole lot easier on me. Can the MPC sample fit into your back pocket? LOL. The answer is yes, if you happen to be the size of an elephant. If you are on, what is that junk called? 600 life, my 600-pound life. If you're on the 600-pound life, then you are more likely can fit the MPC sample in your back pocket. How about that? Yeah, we got some dope shit, man. No lie. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the music, bro. Let's kill the music for a second. Just catch up with everybody. Bash up in here. Bash been up in here in a minute. And I appreciate the 3 hype. They sold out already. I gotta wait 3 weeks now. Bro, you know you got to be on it, man. That's the only way this works. Bro. You gotta be on that shit. Yeah, it's not like, and it's, I know, I understand skepticism, the economy. There's a whole bunch of reasons why you wouldn't want to spend money so frivolously. You know what I'm saying? So and it's kind of funny that AKAI pulled the whammy, right? First they announced the MPC Live 3. The MPC Live 3 is what, $1,700. Then they announced the MPC XL, and that joint is $2,900. And then they double back, not only releasing the large one, and then they double back and made the smallest one, the tiniest one, and then selling it for $400. And it's funny too because man, that shit. I didn't see not a single bad beat. Hell, I would have watched Loop Hop shit. Man, I don't even watch Loop Hop shit like that. And I'm not saying that Loop Hop is trash, okay? So I don't want people to put that message out there. But what I will say is that he always has long and informative videos. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm a quick and easy. I'm a TikTok dummy. You know what I'm saying? My brain is right. You know what I'm saying? I can give you a good 12 minutes of watching a video unless it's massively informative or extremely violent. Yeah. Call me a Neanderthal. You will be describing me right. Yeah, so damn, I'm hungry. I'm hungry as hell, bro. I shouldn't have did this. I've been up more than 24 hours now. More than 24 hours now, gang. So, you know, I'm not gonna I'll just tell y'all what we're gonna do. So, you know, Amari just in here with the chat shout outs and whatnot. It's sticking it up. Big shout out to the 43 people up in here. We're 12 minutes in. YouTube probably sent out the notifications. Thank you, YouTube, for finally sending out a notification or two to people. You know what I'm saying? Most of my folk, they are grown as hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all was doing on MPC Day Part 1. Part 1, y'all was all up in this thing, bro. Andy was up in this mug. But then again, you know, the live 3 was the big surprise. Like, hi, we are changing our ways, and y'all got to deal with us, you know. There was a lot of interesting banter during that time, but dude, most of it was just what it was banter. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just doing chat shout outs, you know what I'm saying? I want to get some sounds together because I need, and for those who don't know, the MPC sample does take micro SD cards. So that is a, like, why would you do this? But then if you look at the prices of SD cards, then you realize real fast, and oh boy, I only have 128 gigs on this thing, but that's going to be easy to back up. I'm going to get a terabyte. It's going to cost like 100, but at this moment for micro SD, shit, I'll take that. What's up in here? Oh, I think this is what is this? Yeah, that's for I did a whole bunch of different shots, right? You know what I'm saying? One of the many shots that I was doing. Oh, there goes my beautiful chat. There goes my beautiful chat. What is y'all talking about? I'm reading it off of the OBS. The prices are crazy. Sweetwater does have it. Okay, so we're learning about what places have it or whatnot. And you know, we'll talk more about that. I am going to do the Q&A. Oh, maybe I should do. You know what? Depending on the numbers is, you know, when I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be entertained. I'm going to make y'all laugh. Some of y'all might piss on me, as y'all like to do. Only a small few. So I ain't tripping about everything. Yeah, everybody hopping online right now. Shit. Let's see here. But yeah, I was shooting with multiple cameras. And shooting with multiple cameras is kind of fun. I ain't going to hold you. Especially if you are well and equipped for the job. What's crazy is this shouldn't even have started without the SD card. But oh, okay. Yep. I think you can see it right here. No, you can't. The camera's fully out of place, but it probably looks like dog shit now because I gotta reset it. Let's look at it. Yeah, it's way over there. Let's go ahead and move that over, and then, you know, I can control my camera with a controller. Just kind of fun, bro. Like, I ain't gonna even hold you. Like, that shit is fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? I get a little mixed up or whatnot. You know, if y'all want to know, I had the Osbot Tel 2 and the Osbot Tel Air. They're not cheap cameras. Well, the Tel Air is affordable. You know what I'm saying? It does have its drawbacks. It does have a lot of digital aliasing in the footage that is obvious, but it will be sharp. And you know what I'm saying? let's go ahead. I'm gonna go in. How do I? Oh, well, I can pop a chat this way. Boop. There we go. Chat just moving, bro. So what have I missed from the chat? What have I missed from the chat? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Big shout out to the 59 people that's swimming in this motherfucker. Can I buy this for a 3-year-old? I mean, you can buy it for a 3-year-old, but that's a $400 unit. So I'm assuming that you're just joking. I don't know. You might want to. You might have unless you got a really responsible 3-year-old, which you got one of those geniuses. They sold out already. We already talked about that. Seriously, how's the weight and overall feel? The weight and overall feel of it is not bad at all. I mean, it's plastic. You can tell it's plastic. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit here and gaslight, the unit to the point that where I'm not being accurate. I don't do that. Speaking of which, shout out to Accurate too. Accurate, you did have a great review. I wish I wouldn't have watched it, but I don't mind watching it again, dog, because it was very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Accurate being one of the many people that I watch on YouTube that I've seen grow from 100 subscribers to 100K subscribers, bro. So, big shout out to Accurate Beats, man. You know what I'm saying? And you don't grow like Accurate unless you understand what grassroots means. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a people person when it comes to people first. You know what I'm saying? He's had massive opportunities and waved it out the way, and that shows me a lot. Big shout out to Busy Work Beast up in this thing. You know what I mean? Busy Work Beast want to be a part of. Well, there you go, Busy. You can get your $400 MPC and let's see it go. You know what I'm saying? No, all jokes aside. Actually, it's not even a joke. I'm dead ass. Are the knobs replaceable? Yeah, all knobs are replaceable, but you got to understand when you get the MPC sample, these are fixed encoders. So whatever, I think it's like when you look at the cap itself, well, no, because a lot of endless encoders have the little rectangular shape too, or whatever shape that is, bro. I don't know what type of shape it is, but you can remove the caps, but I don't know why. Well, a lot of you guys like to customize y'all shit, dude. And you know what? More power to you, gang. More power to you. More power to all the people that like to, customize their shit. Big shout out. Shout out to the 60 people up in here. I'm reading the chat right now. 12 months at Sweetwater. But Guitar Center has a finance plan too. I don't know what the finance plan is, but you can always check it out at Guitar Center. That is my shield. No, big shout out to Guitar Center. I know that I don't want to acknowledge certain people that just like to talk shit in this space, bro, but it is what it is, man. Like some people in this space, they just want to talk their shit. And you know what? You got it, dog. You got it. We'll deal with it when it comes up. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. I can't read it because I've been up for 24 hours, past 24 hours. But big shout out to you. He says, I'm going to get one right away. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad buy. I can't say it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think if you buy music equipment, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a great investment unless you're really sticking to your guns. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the equipment in the world, bro, and not know how to work any of it. But, if I don't know why I'm giving this advice as if I got like platinum plaques or something. Cause I let the platinum plaque brothers go ahead and preach, man. And I'm just going to watch and just sit back. You feel me? You feel me? The new one is fire. Oh, you got one. Oh, I can't read. I'm so slow. Don't mind me. Dude in GC told me why you are going fast. Oh, I guess you said like why that they're, selling out really quickly. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? What surprised a lot of people is that the XL sold out. I was like, yeah, y'all can say what you want, But people out here got money, man, and you know what I'm saying. If you want it, you want it, and it's not designed to be, you know, the poor man's alternative. None of the MPCs were. You know, if I go by the price point, now you good, you good. I understand that people, you know, they type and you know the whatever the text will try to autocorrect it. It'd be, you know what I'm saying, doing too much, you know, that type shit. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and read out the agenda because I got most of the stuff already in the head. So you know, we already done did the streaming intro. We're gonna have the whole entire shout outs and stuff like that. I always give shout outs during the live stream or whatnot. You know, I'm gonna make this into content in itself because I believe that this format does work the best for me, and I believe that is the type of content that is going to be happening in the near future with everybody and not just gamers. You know what I'm saying? Gamers, they have like editors and all this other stuff. And, you know, I get it. Like all the big dog streamers, they do all the clips and stuff like that. But now I have a workflow that works. Gang. You know, I should say some RIPs, man, like a moment of silence. Should we have a moment of silence for all the portable samplers? Let me know, chat. Let me know. As I laugh like an old man. Let me know, chat. I'm gonna look. I don't have the Jeopardy music or anything like that. I need to go ahead and put it on here. Should we have a moment of silence? The MPC sample and the Mac Neo combo 100 case. A $1,000 studio in a backpack. Yeah, Jay Diggity. I mean, I'm still in that shit, gang. I'm still in that shit. I'm still in that shit, boy. You better get to it. You better get to it. Don't be mad. Are you stealing ideas? No, you get credited, but I'm just going to come with it. Yeah, Busy sitting in this bitch too, so Busy might just run out there. Don't buy if you got sausage fingers. I got fat fingers, man, and you know I could work it okay. You know, it's alright. You know, speaking of which, man, I should get into some of the proceedings of the evening, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Did I erase that shit? So while y'all was sleeping on your boy, I've been working, man. I've been working, but you know, nothing's really been working for me. God damn it! But man, I'm just been improving my finger drumming skills. So I've been doing content. I just been seeing how far I can stretch the envelope of short content. Speaking of which, I wasn't playing. I don't know what it is, but when I finger drum with headphones on, I feel like it's a cheat code and it can only be respected by the, you know what I'm saying, the real ones or whatnot. You know, it's not easy. And I have like PA systems and shit like that, man. But PA systems always have like a tiny delay. You know what I mean? Just a tiny bit of a delay. And it's just caused by bad acoustics. You know what I'm saying? I have very bad acoustics and I have some of the biggest joints. And yeah. Like, but I'm telling you, I've been practicing a whole lot. You know, I need to, you know, mix up a little bit of the pad play a little bit, because that's the thing that separates the decent from the good and the good from the great. Like Beats by J Black will play like 4 different hi-hats. He'll play like 4 different hi-hats while pocketing what seems to be a simple pattern, but you don't understand that this man is really in control of those hands. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in really good control. That's why I give like props to drummers and stuff like that. But I've been grinding. This is the MPC sample. Like, yeah, like I've been dropping content. Like, don't get it twisted. Like I've been formatting the format. You feel me? Is AKAI's new affordable. So I have this short review. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, there's a content gap there. So, I just been on it. And it's funny because, I did that on the computer and, workflow, everything, bro. I don't give a damn what nobody says. But that shit is cool. The sequencing screen, you know what I'm saying? I like this right here, bro. Man, I did a really good take of this and none of the audio recorded. And I was recording off of 3 different devices. Or really two. But this is an OBS, short and whatnot, man. And I'm telling you, with this current workflow, like I got a Windows computer, but it works with an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? I got minor shake on my desk. It's not really the desk that's shaking as it is like the top-down camera on this little flimsy-ass mount. But yeah, we working, man. I'm trying to do as much to the algorithm as I possibly can. Real talk. So, and I got that. I got other shit too. Let me get out of full screen over here. Of course, I almost turned off the stream. Right. Crazy. Tweaking. But, I got my MPC sample review out. I didn't really touch up on too much, man. I just wanted people to know it sounds good. It's cheap. It sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to use. There's no real reason to duck this thing. If you want to duck it, then, bro, just go ahead and duck it, gang. But you shouldn't duck it. But yeah, it's a really good unit. Really good effects. The speakers are cheap, are cheap, as you would expect a $400 sampler to be. I don't care what anybody says. It's good enough for you to use, but it doesn't sound phenomenal. It doesn't sound good either. It's just, you know what I'm saying? But that's just a summary overall. I just touched up on things. That's why I try to do this kind of content, because, who knows, right? But that MPC sample MacBook Neo $1,000 studio setup, that is fire, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you. You are ganked, bro. I'm putting that in the attenuary. You feel me? What is good, Antonio? If I was an 18-year-old kid looking into a world of hobby beat making, I would probably go crazy about that small MPC. Well, I mean, as an adult, I went crazy. As a old head, like legitimately over the line from young head to old head, I'm legitimately over the line. As an old head, I was excited about it. But who knows? I'm a shill. Anything, it doesn't matter if the product is good no more. You're just a shill. People misuse words. Words do matter. And when they're used out of context, that's when it really matters. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can always get it from Guitar Center, gang. Don't make sure that you check it out. Big shout out to Guitar Center sponsoring my MPC sample review. Of course, I got some things I got to see. And I think that's what we're going to do first. So let's look at some of the content. If you haven't watched, by the way, if you're looking into buying memory or whatnot, mind you, memory prices are already high. You can see I have my affiliate link open. Yes, hooray to $1. By the time I can sell 1,000 of those, and I'll barely pay my Prime subscription. It will all go into my Prime subscription. Yeah, we'll take all that. Thank you. But yeah, I have that link. I'll put that in the matter of fact, I will. So give me my 1%, goddammit, because I needs it, bruh. I needs that folk. So if you're looking for a micro SD card that is on point, that is the one right there, because it's cheap. You feel me? And if I can spell SD, and I'll just move that to the front there, and boom. I don't know what I'm doing. Bro, I'm like tired and zooted. That's like the worst combination. So yeah, 1 terabyte. There you go. But yeah, let me go ahead and do some preparations, and we're gonna get this shit started, bro. Because we're already 30 minutes in. You know, I just been seeing what everybody's up to. I know, you know, my hate watchers, they don't send people shit, and they don't give them an agenda. They hate that I like my life, though they don't understand that, bro. I'm probably doing worse than you. I just know how to put on a smile on my face and not look at the bad side of things all the time. Only if you knew. One day y'all will know though. Oh yeah. So let me get that up. I gotta see it. Gotta see it. Gotta see it. Hype Beast Dad got his joint. Shout out to Hype Beast Dad. He got his joint. He already done did his video. It's an MPC sample from a real person, not a AKAI shield. Yo, that's the shit I be talking about, dog. That's that shit I be talking about. Ain't nothing. Shit. I'm guilty of doing that myself. What the fuck? Who the fuck is calling me? That ain't gonna work, gang. That ain't gonna work. You gonna get the whole entire. Hold on, bro. You're tweaking, folk. You're tweaking. You definitely ain't posse. You definitely ain't posse if you're calling me right now. But anyways, yeah. I find that to be hilarious. You don't need to do that to get views. I think I did one better when I just stayed away from the shit. But yeah, satiating. Kai Pro. There we go. What we got? Goddamn, Sanji C did a damn review. Sucked up 6K. Oh shit. We got Dibiase joint up there. I ain't watched that yet. Oh, we gas to see that. We gas to see that, gang. Yes. Hell yeah. Nope. Tifty, I see you, Tifty. Marlo in the building. In the kazut. Holy shit. Damn, I got that many views. What the fuck? Come on, catch up. Come on. It's a rat race, nigga. My bad. I meant to not do that. I've been trying to do my best with not being like that. You know, I've had complaints. So today is annual MPC Day, or whenever you get to see it, bruh. And I kid you not, there's a whole lot of content. I want to check out Dibiase. I already know what people are going to say in the comment section, but big shout out to my dude, and I'm going to show you the reason why I'm saying big shout out. Let me grab that. You know, you got to get the evidence. You got to get the evidence, gang. Because people make up their own storylines, bro. You got to protect yourself at all times. Yo, real talk. What was I looking for? Boy, I'm tired. Oh yeah. There we go. Protect yourself at all times. So yeah. So I met Dibiase at NAMM. I actually met him along the same lines as KLC, as it's in the picture. He's at KLC is on the far left. You know, there goes me. There goes EA Ski and Dibiase right here. You know, we was all in the Kai building because ain't wasn't really much at NAMM. Truth be told, whole time, no disrespect to the folk at NAMM, but AKAI had that shit popping, gang. And that whole entire In Music Brand side was on some different kind of stuff. If you wasn't on that side, bro, you wasn't you wasn't really at there for real, for real. You know, I understand the rock people and all that, but yeah, he got a joint right now on the AKAI Professional YouTube channel. I gotta play with you a little bit. I gotta play with you a little bit, Dibiase. But big shout out to my homie. Let's go ahead and check that out, man. Dude. Oh, it just opened up the same. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's cool. I hate when it does that, but boom. Bro, I'm tweaking because I don't even where's the Dibiase shit? There we go. Oh, we gotta turn that up.
Peace, this Dibiase. We at Hollywood at Gold Digger Studio with the MPC sample. Let's go. How I start a beat from the beginning, it varies. Sometimes I'll start with the drums first, but depending on the sample, if it has
Thank you for swimming in.
Drums in it already, I'll let that dictate the mood or the BPM. Sometimes I'll pitch up a sample. If it's on vinyl or something, I'll pitch it up and then pitch it back down to get some of the grainy artifacts.
See, the one thing I like about Dibiase, and I promise I ain't gonna talk through the whole entire thing. When it comes down to his music, bro, it's like, you know how the one thing that's missing right now, in my opinion, with a lot of people's music, whether they want to agree or disagree, they're a sound. And I'm not saying like sound like, oh, your machine, because whatever, if you're a technician, bro, you're going to be able to use anything. And Dibiase's that type of dude. But he comes with a packaged sound. Like, he understands the real concept of all the things, the basics. And when you understand the basics of hip hop, then you can expound your sound, even keeping, like, you know what I'm saying, keeping it simple, minimalistic. And it's not a diss at all. Matter of fact, that's something I've been trying to hone in to my whole entire life. Boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, over here, chakras and shit. Yes, a time stretch.
It's so easy to hit the empty pad that you want to record your sample to.
It time stretches, but it's not going to be like the time stretch in the MPC Live 3 and the MPC XL. You know what I'm saying? The MPC sample is a 2 gigs of RAM unit. So it's on the same lines of an MPC 1, an MPC Live 2, an MPC Live. So whatever you could do in those machines, yes, you could do it on the sample. However, the sample has its own unique workflow that is honestly simple and appreciative. Woo! Yo! And see, that's like mastering your sound when it comes to music, and understand, because what people just don't understand, bro, especially like they will say sampling is so easy. And look, I'm not going to argue with nobody. I was one of those people because I used to play like original stuff, and you know what I'm saying, it would go, and you know, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, playing original compositions, because that is his own art form. But the art of sampling is sacred. It's sacred to people that actually have taste and that can find their audience. And not many people know how to do that, but they'll say that they make beats, good beats all day.
Brazilian stuff, got the Dilla, this out.
Do not expose the Brazilian stuff. Red flag. Hold on. Order in the court. Order in the court.
Album in Souls Initiative 93 till. I was in 11th grade. Made me want to make beats too.
Ooh, the lift.
The cool thing about MPC Sample, it has this feature called offset. If you hit the shift button, that mute group feature.
This nigga loves the offset feature. Yo, Dibiase, we boys now, but just a little bit. This man got every bar off.
It turns into pad link. It's playing both of them at the same time, but you can't really tell because I didn't offset nothing. So now I'm gonna offset this hi-hat. I get some swing like that with hi-hats. The perfect thing about this MP
I wonder if it still has the probability
portability. It
offset.
has the built-in mic, so you can do your field recordings, and then you can take it anywhere. The train, the beach.
Here, I'll do a little grind right here on this. Nothing too
Now the microphone on this unit is actually good. Like proven by Bolo, proven by Accurate, and you know I sat straight up while I had my MPC or whatever, and I was like right here when I recorded it. I'll show you the other ankle. So I was like right here when I recorded it. So, you know, give or take the audio quality, and I called it, you know, the mic is cool. The mic is cool. Now the speaker though, nah, the speaker, I ain't gonna even hold you. It's just doable at best. I'm gonna keep it real with you, gang. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
And nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. And just like a loud sound, I could turn it into a drum. Perfect.
So we'll be attempting.
Definitely
Rain
feels
stick.
like an MP for sure. His steps.
Oh, nigga, I'm black back. I can't even say I'm black though. So yeah, I know that. I know about that. I know about that.
1200. One of my friends that lived around the corner, he was like, "Man, if you gonna mess with the big boys, you're gonna have to get an MPC."
Yeah, the 5 hours of battery life on the unit in itself is more than enough time. It's more than enough time. Because I've shot multiple videos with it, and I've had it on one charge, like one full charge from a high-powered USB Type-C charger, and yeah, about 4 to 5 hours with you doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's good enough. It's rechargeable. Now, if I was talking about the SP404 gang,
until
the SP404 couldn't even last 12 minutes on a fresh pack of batteries.
Don't be fooled by the size. It packs a crazy punch to it. So now I'm gonna use the pumper effect. Woo. So now I can assign that fader.
And it has a natural pump too.
To the cutoff filter. So we gonna do that real quick to end the fader, and now it's assigned to the cutoff filter. I could just copy this
like
sequence, and if
hey J Books, any success on like I see people liking your stuff, but you know, how much success have you seen? But I think you're just going around just triggering and stuff like that. I think you rage baiting.
I want to live automate this to this empty pad, I'm gonna do that. So I have a dry version and then a sequence with the automation. This will be my automation sequence, and then we'll chain them.
I didn't know if it had automation, and I was just, you know, guess in the dark is that it would. You know what I mean?
All together. The elementary school I went to, one of my friends lived across the street. He had this thing that looked like a cash register in there. And I'm like, what's this, dude? He's like, I don't know. Once I figured out what an MPC was, it was the 60. And I went back to the crib.
Oh, you can record automation, my dude. He just did it.
Dude, you remember that cash register that was in the garage? Oh man, they got rid of that. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh man, I'll be very pissed.
Man, if I would have known, I would have bought that from you. That could have been my first MP, man. So when I saw the form factor of this, it was like a miniature. It's like, man, it's automatic.
Yeah, miniature 60
got
Mark
my
II.
60 finally. The compression sounds good.
This is nicely shot too. Oh, I love Mother Ducker. This thing was built for Mother Ducker.
You can do some sound designing with all these effects. You have the flex beat. add effects. You got beat repeats, different filters, reverbs, lo-fi, and you can set the timing to each of them. Another one of my favorites is the half speed. I like to turn it all the way down and then you can latch it. It gives it a whole different mood. This is a fun piece. That's a winning formula right there. When I saw this thing, I knew this was made for me, man.
Yo, big shout out to Dibiase on this, man. Tell me how you feel about this video. I think it was good. I learned a couple of things, and that's the reason why I do reactions. It's not just the, farm views. You know what I mean? It has, well, of course, farm a little bit of views. You know what I'm saying? Easier title and all that. Real, keeping it real. You feel me? But more and less just to learn something brand new. And I think the one thing that a lot of people need to start getting more affirmated with is learning from someone that you might not, you know what I'm saying? Like giving someone an opportunity to tell you stuff, man. You know, I always believe that, I treat everybody about the same, bro. I say about the same because, some people don't. But anyways, I treat the janitor like the CEO because I've been a janitor my damn self, bro. I technically, I'm just a janitor of the MPC shit. Real talk. I'm just looking at the chat right now. But that was a really good video. Real talk. Love that. Love that. And there's another one too. I wanted to check that out. Because I know a lot of y'all miss this content or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing or another with y'all guys. So this is my smoke cam. What's missing, in my opinion, is a software for the computer to integrate it as a VST. You mean like the MPC software? It's kind of obvious that the MPC software would be their main thing that they're going to do. It's going to be the HUD. It's the HUD for everything else. Right now, they're still working on it because they're still working on MPC 3.0, just kind of clearing up some things, We've been on their ass, man. We've been on their ass for a long time. No contact libraries. Boy, y'all some weirdos, man. I swear to God. Can I get Omnisphere in the MPC sample? Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Y'all some weirdos. It is far many ways to make beats. So I wanted to check out this quick promo by AKAI, man. You always got to do that every single time, man. At least I do. Let me know in the chat, in the comment section, if you rush to see what a trailer looks like for your favorite anything. It doesn't have to be music, bro. But the MPC is definitely always going to be a thing that I'm going to check out. And I love the cinematography and where it's been. And we're going to check it out now. This is just perfect for crate digging. It just really is. You grab use. I don't think they sell the Newmark PT01 scratches no more, but that was like the perfect turntable. And we used to customize them and all that stuff. I was hanging out with the portable DJs, which were a billion times better than me. Shout out to Swift Styles. Shout out to Q-Bert and them. They still embrace Cleveland Terry, dog. I fucks with y'all. Beat junkies. You already know the vibes. That is something that I did not think about because the first thing you look at is audio over USB. But you forget it, or at least I forget it, that it's audio and MIDI over USB. And I don't even have like an iPhone that has the Type C. I only have like an iPad. But once I get my iPhone, gang, it is over with. What up, Dilio? All very possible too. It's just not, you can't just record a whole entire project. You're asking too much. You better get you an MPC Live 3 or MPC XL. I'm just saying. But all of this is possible. You can record in real time. So you just got to be good at, get good. You got to get good. It's not going to hold your hand. What up, Anthony? Making beats in an Uber is criminal. It's diabolical. Who actually has done that? Man, he must be looking for attention. He's like, I hate the MP. Nah, well, maybe not, because not everybody likes the MPC pads. I like them. My favorite pads of all time definitely are the Machine Plus pads. I felt like they were just right. They were much bigger too. A lot of people don't know that, but some people do. You know, if you really dabble. But the MPC pads, they're always going to be standard. Like standard, good. You know what I mean? Not standard, okay, good enough. No, they're good. Like my big ass. You see this? See this? Yeah. I can handle the MPC sample without a problem, and I have really big hands. Oh yeah, you gotta have that house music up in there. Now that's the one thing I will say about making house beats on the MPC. Sometimes they come out just right, other times they just don't. They just don't. But let me know how you feel about this video. Just a quick recap. We was just walking through the MPC sample or whatnot. And, you know, the MPC sample is out now. You can get it at your favorite music store of your choice. Big shout out to the people that support the link in the description box, because it is an affiliate link for Guitar Center. And I promise you they will have it, but not for too long. I'm just keeping it real with you. Said your hands are bigger, I bet. Chill out, freaky frog. Maybe you need to get you an MPC XL there, gang. Get you an MPC XL or a double large. Can you use a controller like a MIDI controller? Yes, you can use a MIDI controller with your MPC sample. It's just that we all just dug into it because we wanted to, you know, commemorate, you know, how MPC users always have approached the MPC, which not with controllers and stuff like that. Or, well, let me not speak for everybody, because there was plenty of people that use Korg Tritons alongside their MPC. Big shout out to Shoddy Red, you know, or they used Roland Phantom. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to, you know, my boy Drummer Boy. You know what I'm saying? That man is a rolling god. The yesteryear joints. Much love to your trip. You over here wilding. Have you tried the MK4 controller with it? I don't know. No, I have not. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'll keep it real with you. Let's see. I know there's like one more, or is it not? Oh, yeah, got to, gang. Oh yeah. You got Dibiase on the deep dive too. Yeah, let's get this work, bro. We working. I'm tired as hell. I haven't been to sleep in over 24 hours. I'm dead ass. I am wired as hell, dog. I'm gassed up, bro. I just said, fuck it. Thank you so much for the donut too, by the way. I appreciate it. What we got? So what we at, a minute? Oh no, we're not even we're at 55 minutes. Ooh, love that. Lovely. We can get rid of that. Ooh, Yaahn Hunter. We're gonna do the reviews, but I'm gonna check out Dibiase. So what's going on, peoples? Back at it again, and yeah, we're live. And if you happen to catch this on the replay, then bro, you should always catch the live, because we be live up in this thing. I got the best chat in the world, I promise you. Always always a wild moment. I keep it real with you. But I wanted to check out Dibiase yet again, and this time he is with Guitar Center, and big shout out to Guitar Center, because they've been supporting my channel a whole bunch, and I really do appreciate it. And I want to take as much time as possible to extend my gratitude to you guys, as well as AKAI Professional. You know what I'm saying? And I want to check out Dibiase's video on the Guitar Center channel. I will have it linked in the description box. Let's go. What's this beat, nigga?
It's your boy Dibiase. I'm here with my friends from Guitar Center, and we're checking out the AKAI Professional MPC Sample.
That shit looks beautiful, bro. This shit looks beautiful. I'm sorry. This nigga cooking. Pardon my French. Well, these beats are so dirty, bro. It just makes you have bad manners.
My history with the MPC goes back to 1997. I got my first MPC 2000.
And the fact that there are youngsters that will tease you about being in the 90s is crazy. But hey, it is what it is. You know, I did it to my parents, kind of, sort of, but they checked my ass on that shit too, so.
Guitar Center. I used to work at a park in a weight room, and they had an amplifier with
a weight room. Not no, Dibiase, no. I'm sorry.
the speaker in there, and
I'm sorry.
I would have the big 2000s making beats. That first week, that's how I pretty much learned while I was at work. But somebody told me, if you're gonna mess with the big boys, you gotta get a MPC.
Heard that jam.
When I was in high school, prior to Project Bolo, it was Good Life. During the daytime, it was a health food store, and then from 8 to 10 p.m., it was an open mic. It was all ages, so that was the only thing I can get into. It was either that or this function called Unity, and that was the first place where I was hearing instrumental beats, buying beat tapes in the parking lot at Good Life. And then eventually, 95, started going to Project Bolo, and I was making beats by that time and starting ciphers outside in the parking lot. And fun time, man, during that era. But yeah, it was mainly different MCs, Freestyle Fellowship, the Knots, Global Flotation.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. All the things I resonate with it, that he's talking about, it just seems like bro, now, you know, and big shout out to my homie Doe out here in ATL. He has, you know, a kind of a muse for the youth. You know what I'm saying? You know, kind of like off the radar, but it's called Wrap It Up. You know what I'm saying? It be some dope stuff going on out there. And I'm going to kick it with you again, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I got to wrap it up with you. Shout out to Sunshine, too, by the way. But, man, I tell you, outlets are necessary, because you never know. You want someone to live up to their full potential. You know, even if you haven't. I haven't lived up to my full potential. I've been chasing it all my life.
Davius Beck used to go there, Subtitle, a whole bunch of people. But yeah, I was hearing a lot of experimental hip hop there. And then
the MPC beat, Jim.
Hip hop
I feel
grew
you.
up on, like Tribe Called Quest, Far Side, Wu-Tang, all of that stuff. But this was like a whole different universe, this underground stuff and the LA culture at that time. Yeah, it's like my little miniature MPC, but the portability is crazy, and it has 5-hour battery life. It has effects, it has the color compressor, flex beat, you can resample, it has the recall feature. It's like
Flex beat is the best thing that AKAI did.
You're just jamming, but you didn't record. You can
how's the audio,
recall
chat?
The actual audio or the MIDI, so that's a cool feature. I used to take the MPC 2000 to work, and that was like kind of obvious, but this is like way more low key, but it packs a punch though.
The fact that his hands fit on this thing is crazy. Boy, man, look at the L I take. Look at how much real estate. Yo, real talk, man, this is not fair. It is not fair.
I'm gonna go over making a beat from scratch.
Okay.
The MPC sample, and I'm loading up some sounds real quick, and then I'll get into some of my favorite features. So I also love that this MPC sample has
I sold my
SD card,
SP404 last year.
512 gigabyte.
I think it's a good
SD
piece.
card, but you can go up to terabytes. So that's real.
So just to clarify, I'm not an anti any gear really, but you know, I sold my SP404 last year, bro. It was just hard times. You feel me? I was feeling it before everybody else was in the big 2026. Hell, I almost forgot what year it is. Period. Boy. Fool said, "Are those hands or are they feet?" Diabolical.
Sounds like a vibe. Easily loaded to a pad.
Yeah, and not to stop it. I know. People always cry in the comment section about, oh, he's over talking, and oh, why is he over talking in his reaction video? Like, what, bro? Support it. It will be in the description box. I want you guys to support Dibiase. I want you guys to support Guitar Center. I want you guys to support any content creator I put in this space. These are just my thoughts. Talk to me, man. See, the reason why I call the MPC sample the Get Good MPC, because it's more than about technical stuff when you are making beats in general. But with this MPC, you do need to understand the basics. But having a good ear for samples, whether it be one shots or full samples, whatever the case may be, dude, that is integral for you to make this machine sound good. And, you know, I pray to the gods above, you feel me, that I don't encounter someone that is talking shit about the MPC sample and then their music sounds like Cheeks. Order in the court.
Some of my favorite features on the MPC sample is pad links and offset. With offset, you can take a note and add some silence to it. So it's basically like adding some silence in front of the one shot. That was like an old trick we would do to add some swing to her. So it's kind of has a delay to it. But I'm gonna link these two hi-hats together, and it's gonna give it a swing. So let's hold the shift button, pad link.
Okay.
I'm gonna link pad 4 to pad 3.
Teach. I just learned something new.
Just tapping one.
Yeah. Run that shit. Bike.
Hi-hats.
I'm stealing.
But I'm gonna link these two hi-hats.
I'm stealing.
Together, and it's gonna give it a swing. So let's hold the shift button, pad link. I'm gonna link pad 4 to pad 3.
Okay.
I'm basically just tapping one.
So basically it has like round robin and simultaneous play. I'm sorry. That is my most shit.
Shit. Got your ass.
I definitely got your ass, my G.
Pad, but it's
Thank you for that.
2 hi-hats at once. Then you can adjust the velocity on the second hi-hat. Then you get some Then also you can assign the fader to control different features. So you hold shift and you can assign this fader to your pad volume, your panning, tuning, the attack, filter cutoff, or you can adjust.
I love this feature. It is such a simpleton feature, but I love that feature. Only real ones will understand.
But I'm gonna just assign it to the pad volume, and then now you can just.
Yeah, it's definitely about the ears, man.
So I'm gonna just get a tempo around 80, 85. It's like a go-to BPM if I'm doing some boom bap. I'm gonna go into the step sequencer, record. So these drums, it's just a place marker. I might even change the drums after I get the sample locked in.
That's gonna be my thumbnail, gang. Ooh. Oh.
Another cool thing about the MPC sample, it has a warping feature, which is on the MPC Live 2, 1, and all the newer MPCs. And once you turn the warp feature on, it locks to the BPM.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna chop it. I'm gonna chop this sample now.
And you can do 2 times and two divided. So yeah, I'm telling you, bro, it is not it is for a simple $400 machine. It does scratch the itch in a lot of ways, and it has to, because a lot of the other portable samplers can do exactly the same. It's just, you know, I don't know. I want to be biased.
You have multiple chop types. It chops to your transient. It could do 4 auto chops, 8 or 16, or my favorite is the lazy chop.
Yeah, no, y'all can't.
So I got 16 chops. It might not be perfect landing on the transient, but you can zoom in on your chops. So I'm gonna set my start point, and if you hold shift and it's encoder, you can zoom in on your actual chops. Now you can see it better on the screen. Fine tune your chops real quick and easy. That's another favorite feature. So it can land right on the transient.
So for those who are wondering, yes, it has all of the modern MPC chopping features, including, you know, lazy chop. None of the older MPCs had that, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I mean, there are things like velocity chopping and all that, dog, but I'm not going to get into that, you know, which is kind of the basis of BPM chopping. But, you know, these manual chopping, you can BPM chop, region chop, threshold chop, and that's all you need.
My sequence is only 1 bar, so you can duplicate the pattern super quick.
Yes, it does decay.
In double sequence. You can duplicate it as much as you want, up to 128 bars. Now it's 2 bars, and I'm gonna duplicate my pattern like 4 times, my drum pattern. So I can just make variations and then construct it in song mode. So you just,
Yeah.
I just made 8 copies that quick. So this just gonna be my blank drums, and then I'll add my variations.
Yeah, the copy and paste is clutch, bro.
I like to do multiple beats.
It's easier on
project.
the
For
MPC sample.
This video, I just put the sample on the same group as my drums. But normally I might make a kit. I might make 4 different drum kits: kick, snare, hi-hat, another kick, snare, hi-hat, another.
Noah does not load
Just
any
have
older
4
projects
different
from
kits.
older
And if I want to
MPCs.
do more beats, I might have.
I know people have expressed that, like, oh, well, it looks like an older MPC. Why can't it open up stuff from the MPC 2000 and below? Shoot, the MPC 2000, for those who don't know, the MPC 2000 and the 2000 XL, et cetera, had problems loading stuff from the Roger Lynn era and so forth. It wasn't until the MPC 2500, which still is compatible with all the modern day MPCs, by the way, and the MPC software, where you get backwards compatibility, or, you know what I'm saying? It was some type of, you know, well, it obviously you could see that, you know, you got people that have been around for a while.
Bank A and B with like 8 different kits. And then bank C and D, I'll have like 32 different sample chops.
So he's talking about the different pad banks. So what the difference is on this MPC, which I don't have it lit up, and, you know, don't cry. I want to save my battery, even though it is rechargeable. You can have different banks. You have all the way up to H. I don't know the mathematics off the top of my head, but it's a whole lot of banks, and you treat your banks like tracks. So basically you only have one track essentially, but every pad is a track. So if you record a 8-bar loop with a sample or whatever, that sample, that sequence is basically a track, but your pads count as tracks. You know what I'm saying? Let's look past all the song mode stuff. You need to just learn the basics of this machine. So the battery life is about 4 hours.
Because it's unlimited how much samples you can put into a project.
From my testing.
Not a limit.
From my
So
testing.
you can do a set.
Not from everybody else's. My testing.
Just take a little prep work.
It sounded like he mixed.
Make that 2-bar loop.
It sounded like he mixed 16 levels, or maybe not 16 levels, but yes, 16 levels, but pitch in with the sample chopping itself. You're playing it at a higher register on the pads. So, you know, that's the only way that you can play different pitch. That's the traditional workflow, mind you. That I wish it did have chord progressions and all that like the modern day MPCs, but it doesn't.
To 8
Not
bars
yet.
by doubling the sequence, and I can add variations.
And I hope they never add
in
it.
that 8 bars, and then I might make
Learn how to
3
play a
different
fucking keyboard.
sequences, and then I'll chain them all together in the song mode.
So what he's doing is he's recording another sequence. So he already went in the sequence, he selected a new sequence, and now he's doing different chops for that sequence. So when he rolls back to the main sequence or the main part of the track, think of it like FL Studio with patterns, okay? Your sequences are like patterns. So anytime that you do something in a pattern, it will, I don't know why I didn't explain like that in the first place. So it's FL Studio. That's how I always looked at the MPC. You know what I'm saying? Or that's where FL Studio got their idea of workflow.
Another one of my favorite features on the sample, it has sidechain on it.
The MPC already has Mother Ducker. All the modern day MPCs have Mother Ducker. That's where they got the idea from. It comes from all the modern day MPCs.
Here, which is called duck.
And it works better.
Pump effect. So you enter into pad effects. And you can assign it to any one of the pads. The reason I like to use the sidechain compression, it kind of gives the sample. I have a few kits saved. Ducks wherever the kick drum is hitting, and it adds a vibe to me. Some people use sidechain for mixing purposes and gives certain sounds more space. So if you don't want your bass line occupying.
The funny thing about the MPC sample is it has its own natural threshold. Like if I push the MPC sample hard enough, which I can on the Yamaha MGX16, I can push it hard enough that it will naturally pump. It will sound unnatural, but if you use it, if you utilize it and you mix correctly, it will sound like it has its own little side chain. And that's usually from pushing the kicks anyways.
Kick drum.
Into the peaks.
Sidechain compression lets the bass line ducks. And then it's the style of music I make, sidechain compression it's a cool thing as well. And then the color compressor. You hold shift and pad 5.
I swear I hate neighbors. It looks so cool on this machine, I swear. Mother Ducker. Whoever came up with that, man.
Punch to it.
And that's the thing about the older machines. You can push them past 0. Like the new MPCs did have that feature, or the modern day MPCs did have that feature. But unfortunately, when you use now, like they kind of, when they added the portable speakers, when that went bye-bye. But on the older units, well, what homie is talking about in the chat is you can go +6. It couldn't go all the way up to +12. I think he can go up to +12, which is redunculous. You only would do that if you had like a mixer that had a problem pushing the signal, because you would run the 8 outs. So. Nah, my Mexican neighbors are quiet as fuck. Boy, they be knowing shit.
I'm gonna add one more variation and then I'll chain them all together.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Shout out to the 109 people up in this thing. 109, gang. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's talking, it's talking, it's talking. So I'm not going to watch the whole entire thing. I will have it linked in the description box, man. I just wanted to take some time to show some gratitude towards Dibiase. Not many people know it, but I had started a thing called Dark Coffee Radio. I spent lots of money on it. And, for what it is, it was a great time. I had like mixes playing. I had my homie from Detroit doing the artwork. Big shout out to Miles High. And, my dude, Dibiase has some of the hardest tracks on Dark Coffee Radio, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've always known about Dibiase and whatnot. And, of course, checkered past, whatnot, man. But, my fault on that. I was less than a perfect person, or I was a pretty shitty person. It was good to piece it up with him at NAMM, man, and I love it, the fact that he's doing this thing over there with AKAI and the Guitar Center. Big shout out to everybody that has done that, man. And the cinematography, love it, love it. Yeah, let's see here. Let's get this out the way. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back You know, I just gotta stop being lazy and just get more into posting. Dude, like in 2022 and 2023, I just posted so much content. I think I had topped my annual in terms of posting videos with all my other channels. And I had posted over 800 videos, and I think 100 plus on 16 levels. And then I didn't post as much on Dark Coffee Radio because the intentions of it was for it to be similar to, you know, College Kid. What was that? Lo-Fi Cow. I don't know you know what I'm saying? And just give them more opportunity to people that are dope, that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this is bureaucratic red tape, dog. Whether you like to admit it or not. And I hate to even be like that when it comes to opportunity, but 9 times out of 10, dog, you might be the right person. It's just for the wrong people.
That's Hunter.
What's truly good?
Hold up, dog. Hold up, gang. Hold up. I got Andy on there, so I ain't gonna delete him. Ooh, what we got, Andy? What the fuck you doing? Andy? All right, did that. All right. Let me gather my thoughts. I gotta piece this shit together. There's a mic in the front. Oh, you just answering questions in the chat? Yeah. Feel free to ask questions, man. I'll get to them, man. You know, I'm only one person, so, you know, I got flaws. So, you know, I ain't gonna hold you. If I don't get to your question or whatnot, you know, I apologize. But boy. So I want to take some time to give a special shout out to Yaahn Hunter. A big shout out to everybody that was a part of the MPC sample rollout. A lot of you guys did your damn thing, bro. And yeah, I want to check out this video. I will have it linked in the description box, man, because Yaahn Hunter don't be playing no games for real. Let's get it.
That's Hunter.
What's truly good with you guys today? We have the MPC sample here today. I'm going to give you a little bit of info about it, and then we're going to do some cooking up on it. Now, quick disclaimer.
Audio check. How's the audio check? Let me know.
However, they're not paying me to do this video. Neither have they seen this video ahead of time before it's been uploaded.
Bro, preach the gospel. That's why I rock with AKAI. I'm keeping it real. That's why I rock with AKAI, because AKAI is not the type of company that, and it's funny, you know, people want to do what they do, but AKAI is not that type of company. Of course, there are things that piss them off. I mean, you can't just say anything, especially if it doesn't have any real staying power, if it's not true. But when I talk about companies that want to, you know, do things with you and stuff like that, and no diddy, a lot of them folks, they don't want to give us the proper due, just due credit, man. They want to control the narrative, and I've dealt with that with a few companies, bro, and they was offering me a lot of money, and I said no, because I'm not gonna sit here and read a script that you wrote verbatim, probably with Chat GPT, probably with Google, whatever, bro. I'm not going to do that just because Johnny made a video, and I say that, you know, arbitrarily. Someone, you know, some Joe Smo did a video that went viral, and then you think you're going to pass it on like this is the viral code. Bro, I don't give a shit about that. I care about my community more than I do you, because the moment I'm not hot, you will move on. And a lot of you guys that are crying for this dream of getting gear and whatever else in life, you got to understand there's consequences and repercussions for everything that you do. There's plenty of people that will hate you just like you hate us, or you cheer for us when we're not winning. But
so if that turns you off, I completely understand. Other than that, let's get right into the video. We have our
big shout out
pads here, which is lit in the back, and this is pressure responsive. So when we have, let's say, a beat playing here, and we come over here to our pad effects, It actually responds to pressure, which is nice.
Boy, people can scratch the sound on this. This might be the most forgiving MPC that I've ever dealt with. Now, I'm going to keep it real. The XL, you would expect that to be the most forgiving out of all of them. But no, it does have its own particular sound. But this joint is for some weird, godforsaken reason, it could be pushed. It could be pushed a lot and still sound good.
What type of power does this thing have? 2 gigs of RAM, and it has 8 gigs of internal storage.
Talk to him, gang.
You can expand the storage here. We have a micro SD card slot here for you to expand that storage out and transfer files to and from your MPC sample to your computer, etc. So with that said, this actually has an internal battery and you can charge this via Type-C. Now this does have a built-in speaker, and it also has a built-in microphone for you to do some sampling out in the field, etc. Of course, we have our color screen here, and then we have our sampling capabilities here, so you can do sample record and you can sample onto a empty pad. And
that background beat, boy.
Basically sample that way, and you can chop, which we will do.
Very easy too. Very easy.
Different effects here, from pad effects, flex beat. We have our knob effects, and then our effects select here, where you can actually select a certain effect that you may want on a certain pad or that you want over the entire mix. This thing has 60 effects.
I promise you, I never showed that screen in my review. People are gonna go out and be like, "What the fuck is this? How? Oh no, it's garbage." Because this is the sequencer screen, right? And if you press on the pads on the sequencer screen, even if you have like the demo up, it's just going to switch the sequences. I was dumb. I did it day one, was mad. And then I pressed that sample button over there, which is, you know, this version of the MPC's main button. And it allows you to sequence everything that you have in these 16 pads. So
of course we have our control and effects knobs here, and then we have our legacy slider here. I'm going to be using this while we cook up a beat to level out certain things to be able to.
Yeah, some money grab, dude. It was a no-brainer to drop a portable unit that almost everybody can afford in a market that is growing by the year while people's wages are getting lower. Yes, absolutely a cash grab. Why would you not put something out? Yes, it's absolutely a cash grab. Not everybody's going to like it either. I'm going to keep it real with you too on that. And I don't care. Stay your monkey ass over there. Play with your P.O. butthole Gudo. Get that bullshit out of here, gang.
Get a nice mix. And so today we're going to be sampling via USB-C, and that's also
I'm just being funny here. Now.
Then you can also transfer files via Type-C as well. Once again, this is 100% standalone, guys, so you do not need a computer to run this. This is like the basically the full definition of compact. Then the price point, this is going for $399 US. All right, now on the rear of the MPC sample, we have our phones here for headphones. We have our sync out. We also have our
all my fellow content creators, when it comes to the IO section of your videos, do you fuck that part up? I've seen Andy fuck that up, man. And Andy, dude, I'm not trying to call you out, but I hate this. I don't know what it is, but I get to the headphone jack to sync out, and it's 3/8 inch. Oh God, which one? MIDI out, MIDI in, 5-pin in. That you have an adapter, dude. I be hating that, bro. I be hating that. And Bolo did a phenomenal job in this review, just going over that real quick. I felt really bad, like an ass.
MIDI out and in here. We have our audio out, which is left and right here, 1/4 inch. Then we have the same thing for our audio in.
See,
and then we have our record.
That's what I need to say.
Audio in to gain stage. We have our Type-C. Then we have our power button here. I wish we got more of a flushed out workflow. You're basically locked into one track per sequence here. When you come over here to your sequence.
Yeah, the speakers are really good.
Sequences here on these different pads. However, these are not different tracks. These are one sequence per pad, which means you have to build your sequence all on that one track. So everything you do, your sample chopping has to happen on that one track, and then you can go to your next sequence and then maybe add a change or something there and build out your song mode, which you can do. But I do wish this was more fleshed out with being able to have separate tracks to be able to, you know, maybe 4 tracks like the Ableton Move or something like that to be able to flesh out your ideas. All right, now with
I feel bad for people that bought that unit, bro. I feel bad for that one push I saw, man. Look, I'm trying not to be messy. Chat, help me not be messy. But man, when I saw that move, dog, I was just like, wow. I knew it was like, man, all right, okay. Yeah, dog.
All that out of the way, let's cook up a beat. So the first thing I'm gonna do is come over here to Shift and then tap the project
appreciate that
pad here.
Appreciate that, Dojo.
Just go to load project.
Ethnic mess.
Kits. I'm gonna come over here to kits. And then I'm going to scroll down to some of the boom bap stuff that we got.
Yeah, right, so it comes with kits and stuff like that. I didn't say that in my review.
All right, and then we'll hit yes. All right, cool. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the banks. So all these pads are taken up in this current bank. So I'm going to hit pad bank. And then I'm going to go to B. And so now we have some clear pads here. And this is where we're going to sample using our iPhone. So what I'm going to do is come over here to this pad over here.
Oh, he's about to do it again.
I'm going to do sample record, and then I'm going to change this to USB. Now for you guys,
yeah, it's out now.
Somewhere else, maybe to resample or rear, but I'm actually going to talk.
It's out now. I have a link in the description box of this live stream, or if you happen to watch this a little later, it will still be in the description box. Please support that. It is an affiliate link that will help support this channel. Greatly appreciate it. Big shout out to you.
I'll go over by using this knob and come over here to USB. Now this is set to auto.
I feel funny buying my equipment from Amazon.
So
I don't know what it is. Too many packages get stolen from Amazon, dog. Look, I stay. Mcree still in the hood, but it's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, Dog, I ain't playing with that. And I have a parcel locker, and I've had my stuff stolen. So, dude, ain't no way. Amazon, KMA.
Then I'm going to tap this pad to record.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
That's 100.
Oh, you gonna sample himself?
All right, so we got that.
This is gonna be interesting.
Sample record and listen to what we sampled. I'm gonna use this fader here to turn it down.
Again, love that feature.
So now what we can do is go to chop mode, and I'm gonna come over here to chop. And just like the other MPCs, we have all of our chop types here. So we're gonna use this knob K3. And then we're going to change this to manual. So this way I can tap the pads and get manual chops in real time.
That's 100.
Nice. The next thing I'm going to do is come over here to tune. So tap this button here. And then we can go into fine tune, semi-tune, or warp. So for now, I'm going to go into the semi-tune here.
I always say semitone. He's listening for the pops, I believe.
So what I'm going to do is come over here.
You can always filter out your pops too.
Now the first one has a demo project on it. You can clear it if you want. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to erase, and then we're going to erase this particular sequence here. So now this is blank.
Funny how that works better on the sample.
The tempo here by hitting this button and hold, and then I'm going to use.
I mean, it works fine on the MPC Live 3 and all that, but
slow this up
you get a menu, and that's why
91.
You get the crybabies. Oh, so much menu diving. I pressed the button and then the screen popped up.
And then what I'm going to do is change the bars from 2 bars to 4 bars. And then I'm going to change.
Big shout out to the 112 up in here. Blessings.
1/16 triplet to give us some swing.
If you swimming up in here, you chilling.
Here to sample.
Let me get a what's up, man.
Come over here to the drum kit.
What's up in the chat?
Back
Don't be shy.
Bank over to the bank A here. because it was on the second bank that we used to get the chops. So we'll come back over to bank 1, and then we'll start with our drum groove. So we'll record that. So we'll do sequence record and then hit the play button and lay this down.
Well, if you're going to ask me a question about the Poly-In Tracker Mini versus this joint right here, the Poly-In Tracker Mini, for the most part, costs as much, if not more, than the original Poly-In Tracker. So, and then not to mention, it is a tracker. Trackers have a different kind of workflow. I had a Poly-In Tracker. It was one of the things I did not want to sell because it's the only tracker-based sampler out on the market. That's hardware, bro. Other than that, you're going to use, I don't even remember the software. I'm just not in the right state of mind, dog. I've been up for 25 plus hours, dog, at this point. But it's a sampler. Yes, I get it. But it's a tracker, you know what I'm saying? And you have to understand programming. And then not to mention, you know, not to overhype, but well, effects and stuff like that are crazy on the trackers. So, dude, I cannot recommend the sample for you if you want to use a Poly-In tracker. If you want to use a tracker, you only have 2 choices that I know of. Congratulations. Thank you for the purchase. Like I work for AKAI or some shit.
Nice.
The way these niggas be talking, y'all think I'm a CEO or some shit. Bullshit.
Turn the quantize off, so we'll go back to sequence. Then I'm going to turn this off. And then this way I can get a nice loose hi-hat. And overdub that. Here we go. Hit sequence record.
I see what we doing. Nice. Some of the stuff that Dibiase was showing up was insane.
And use this fader.
He's using basic MPC fundamentals.
Okay, now we're gonna go to our second
which
bank
is good.
Here.
I ain't
pad bank and go to B. Then we'll go to this pad, chop. So we'll add this.
Oh, you in there, gang? He's going in.
Nice. Now we can go to the filter.
Woo.
Set to classic. We're gonna go to high pass, then change the cutoff here. Nice. So now I'm gonna hit chop, and this is gonna bring us back to where we were. Now this pad here we're gonna use for some bass, and I'm gonna sample some bass in here. So
I was gonna leave on that note, but we gotta watch it, bro.
We'll tap this pad, and then we'll do sample record.
That man said AKAI scrambling.
Source is
this man said AKAI is scrambling now for simplicity ever since the Serato slab came out. If that ain't the most L rage bait, it might be W rage bait for you. Okay.
Now going to be the rear because I have my sub 37 here.
And I think the slab is cool.
Into the MPC sample.
But hold on, bro. Pump your brakes. It's just a controller right now.
So it's going to be in the rear. So in this case, I'm going to go to the rear left, and then I'm going to sample this note. So we're going to hit the pad to record.
I gotta get me a Moog Messenger, bro.
Perfect. Tap sample record again, and then we have our sample here. So now what we can do is use 16 levels. And now we have this across all of the keys here. Now what we can also do is do shift and note on. And so now what it's gonna do is give us the note and it won't ring out.
So it won't have any release. But I understand the language, my brother.
We'll add that. Nice. And now we have our bass in.
My G, dude. You need 8 bars. You need 16. You need 16 bars, bro. Your bass lines just be electric. But that's what it is, man. Dude, we ended up watching most of the review, but man, I have it linked in the description box. But most importantly, make sure that you support all the content creators that we have viewed on this channel, man. They deserve some type of follow on social media, something, man, because they just try. We just trying to do our best, you know what I'm saying? But I'm more than likely want to use my platform to, you know, shed light on those who I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, and that deserve their flowers. And Yaahn Hunter is definitely that, man. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, man. And I'm not talking about my channel, his channel. If you want to support it and you want that clean, raw, uncut Yaahn Hunter stuff, bro, hey, I co-sign this man on God. Yeah, that was a dope video. And what's the importance of me even reacting to stuff? It's just to kind of consume the vibe in the room. And I don't know, I haven't went to sleep yet, but I just been in a very good mood, even though I'm up, bro. I kid you not. And it's been, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to highlight those who've been out there. And now we're gonna watch. What we gonna watch, man? We're about 1 hour and 41 minutes in. How's the audio, gang? I'm gonna check in with you guys. You know, we had someone wildly talking about Serato Slab. Ever since Serato Slab came out, that AKAI has been trying to make stuff that's simple. No, that ain't true, because what is the MPC XL? Holy shit. That's a nuclear bomb. Nigga, they crashed the fuck out. They crashed the fuck out on that machine. Really did. Very fortunate that I got one. Truth be told, whole time. Very appreciative too. Been working my ass off. Trying to get to Just Do and get it working. You feel me? But ooh, my bad. I forgot what I was talking about. I said, how's the built-in speaker on the sample? The built-in speaker on this joint it's mid. It's mid, but it gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? It just gets the job done. It's mid. It gets the job done, though. You're the CEO of Keeping It Real Reviews. Don't let other people tell you. They say I be lying, but I can't be worried or associated with such people. You know what I'm saying? Especially people that pocket watch. You know what I'm saying? Hating on a brother because he's doing reviews is crazy. You know how crazy that looks on people, man, when you're just hating on some, unless the review is intentionally bad. And mind you, the people that are doing intentionally bad reviews just for the sake of the rage bait, my G, like, dog, I don't know what to say. It works. It works. Good for you. Whoop-de-doo. But you definitely got to, you burn bridges, you find out. Even when you think you're doing a favor, someone's going to, you know, oh yeah. So I wanted to take time to give a special shout out to someone, man. I greatly appreciate it. And if it wasn't for him and a brother by the name of Herman, man, none of this would have happened, and I wouldn't have called it. But Andy Mack does an overview video for almost every single MPC on the AKAI Professional YouTube channel. And I have it linked in the description box. It's a video that you most definitely need to watch because you learn so much from it. That's how I learned how to use the MPC, the modern day MPCs, that is. And yeah, you should check out the content because it is good. And that's what we're going to do right now. Hold the fuck. What? 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 That nigga's doing it on here? Oh, my bad. Oh my God, my language. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Hi there, I'm Andy Mack from AKAI Pro, and I'd like
Thank
to
you for
welcome you to
becoming a member. Big shout out to you.
MPC Sample.
Said to
This
the
is our
beat, y'all
latest
productions.
and
Oh
most
yeah,
compact MPC ever
you definitely an
designed
old school
for
cat.
on-the-go
I want that jacket, Andy. If I had to tell, no. I be doing it every time, and boy, I deserve everything I get when I be doing stuff like that.
sampling.
I want that damn jacket, man. I paid, nigga. I paid.
Inspired by 4 decades of hit records and innovation, bringing legendary sampling,
That was a dope
sequencing,
picture.
and creative effects into the modern era. MPC Sample runs
And then coming off that jacket.
with no computer required.
How's the
running
audio?
2
How's the audio?
gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of internal storage for all of your samples and projects. With a built-in rechargeable battery, which delivers up to 5 hours of performance.
I failed you there, Andy. I did not mention that at all in the video, and I feel so stupid. But I just gave up, man. Because, look, I was battling technology demons last night, trying to get this stuff done, even though I shot this weeks ahead of time. Bro, it just, everything just kept on falling apart, but I think it's for a reason.
It features a dedicated speaker.
Because I love y'all niggas,
built-in
you know?
microphone for audio recording and
Yo,
sampling.
Av, how
and
is the
a color
functionality
screen
on the
which
MPC
provides
sample?
all of your visual
I usually
parameters.
buy
On the
gear
rear
that I
panel,
can easily
MPC
sequence
sample features
to
a
my
1/8
Digitech
headphone
2.
output, external clock.
Pardon me, Andy. I'm answering a question in my live stream, and maybe I'll cut it out, maybe I won't. But if you had the Digitech 2, I've always sampled or I've always sequenced stuff using the Digitech as like a sound module, and it just works like how it would normally. I mean, you can hook up your MIDI controller and then just record right into the sequence. Boom, there you go. And the best thing about it is you just need a pad. Like you use one of these pads. Like you go into one of these pads right here. Boom. You can sample your audio, play it in there. You know what I'm saying? And that'll work. Or you can sample a one shot of the sound, which further influences how the vibe of the sample will be. So I know my shit is off. Look, man. Look, hey, look. I'm reserving battery. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean?
Sync, MIDI in and out for connecting external MIDI devices, 1/4-inch audio input, and a color.
I just mentioned this when I was talking about I/O. This is always the part, no matter how well I know the unit, I F up when I'm talking about this in the demonstration. All those content creators out there, what is the part that you mess up on the most when it comes to relaying a message in your review that is not tainted or just like some technical aspect, spec run or whatnot?
Screen, which provides you with all of your visual parameter feedback. On the rear panel, MPC Sample features a 1/8 headphone output, external clock sync, MIDI in and out for connecting external MIDI devices, 1/4-inch audio input.
AAC, the trick is in the shot, gang. I'm on your ass today, Andy. I'll just mess with you, my dude. But the trick is in the shot. So it's not a panic shot where he's using his, you know what I'm saying? So he can just talk over this. This could be very well a picture, This could be AI. This could be AI, gang. What about that? But yeah, he's reading over that.
Inputs and outputs with gain control, USB-C for USB audio and MIDI, and for connecting your smart devices.
I've had the unit for quite a while.
Your iOS apps. You also have a micro SD card slot, which allows you to save, import, and
I don't know if you're like this. I don't know. Is it the same person that asked me that in the comment section? Where like, how long did I have the unit and all this other stuff? What is that? Something? Is that a way that you validate if you're gonna watch someone's review or something like that? Because I disclosed that kind of information, and just to clarify that, man, like, look, I review stuff. I've been reviewing stuff and spending my own monies for a long time, just for clarification. When there is a due process, and I'm not, and this is why I'm not coming at you condescending, because I don't think a lot of people know enough information, and that's why you got people that just run out there and say, wild stuff, salacious BS. That without any sustainability or just any proof, but they put it out there in the world, and if I respond or not, people will be wondering what it is. But long story short, there's protocols that I got to deal with, man. Think about if you was someone that was creating something. Like I had to sign an NDA to an NDA to help someone out with a product. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even talk about it. But hell, you know, it's a protocol. If you had something that was top secret, did not have the patents or any of the other stuff, man, and you was working with it so you can get a firm understanding, so you can relay the message to the audience the proper way instead of just going off of hearsay and freaking Google AI or Gemini. Dude, there is a proper procedure to anything. Now, what is not a proper procedure when I do a video is to say nothing but overwhelmingly positive stuff. I don't play that over here. That will never be the case, dog. Trust me. If you was to see the bags that I've been offered in the past couple of weeks, my G's out there, and I'm not trying to center any hate or anything. Again, I'm not using ab hopping them on purpose because I want you to understand that I'm trying to be real with you. If you've seen the type of money that I get offered in my email, bro, a lot of you guys will fold. A lot of you guys are folding to do to send free beats to artists that had no intentions of paying you for anything. So, dude, a lot of you guys, y'all don't act. It doesn't matter how long I had a unit or not. It's what if I'm qualified to use such unit. And that could be argumentative for you. I'll leave that for someone else. You know, one of you little scatterbats out there, you bottom feeders. I'll let you guys complain about that.
You can also connect MPC Sample to your computer via its USB-C connector for instant file.
Nah, it's all good, man. I'm just clarifying it just for the record. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't understand how much scrutiny that a lot of us as content creators go through, whether we like it or not. And a lot of you guys don't understand, and I'm not including you on that, but some people do not understand how much grinding we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it bothers me the shit when I see a little person or someone that's a bottom feeder that wants to drama bait, and I'm not saying that's you, and they're talking shit to like someone like Busyware Beats that has over 25,000 videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to be and I want people to understand this. And I say this with TLC. It's okay that you don't like stuff. It's all an opinion at the end of the day. I don't want you guys to be high-minded on everything that I do. People are going to agree to disagree. That's you know, what we fight for, you know, or what we were supposedly fighting for, freedom of speech or whatever the case. I'm not trying to go that route. But when it becomes treacherous, it just exceeds a line that doesn't need to be crossed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that are legitimately talking shit about people's family members, just bringing up stuff, coming up with salacious lies and bullshit over a freaking gear review. Like, come on, bro. We're all nerds at the end of the day.
Transfer. When it comes to sound, MPC Sample features over 1,600 samples and over 100 professionally created kits that's going to give you instant inspiration, covering multiple genres with everything from lo-fi, hip-hop to electronic production. At the heart of MPC Sample are the 16 iconic pressure and velocity sensitive pads with RGB feedback. Simply hit the pads and start creating your ideas.
No doubt.
You also have up to 8 pad banks, which means that you can load up to 128 samples across the pads. Next to the pads, we have our legacy fader. This allows us to quickly adjust the sound of our samples per pad. I simply hit a pad and I can change the level instantly. If we hold down shift and hit fader, we now have access to different parameters that we can assign to the fader. Here we have everything.
Oh, it has no chapters.
Tuning,
interesting.
To our filters and our attack.
Let's see if it has chapters.
The entire
it might be in the
volume
description.
of the kit using the fader. Next to this, we have our classic note repeat, where we can hold down a pad and it will follow the time division.
I guess not.
MPC Sample features the iconic sequencer workflow, which allows you to capture and record your ideas in seconds just by hitting the record button.
Okay.
The sequencer lets you record and overdub all of your ideas, and you can also add MPC swing and quantize all in real time.
There's no manual on the AKAI website. I guess they might be re-advising it or something like that, but there should be a manual when you get the unit. And I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to get ahead of the curve and learn, some of the basics and some things that other people might have glanced over. But when I tell you Dibiase covered all the things, gang. Between any of the content creators, I don't think they left much on the plate for the came to this machine. Truth be told, whole time. I know people like me to do masterclasses because I, talk about, just basic workflow stuff, and people commend me on that. But when it comes down to it, net of things, so that people drop some really good content in this space for this unit.
Time, adding a whole new groove to your beat.
Okay, so it has swing and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's gonna have swing.
You can create up to 128 sequences, which can then be chained together using song mode, so you can create your own song structure in seconds. Simply hit song mode, and now we insert all of our different patterns, creating our own song.
9115 BPM.
Export this
That's
as your
crazy.
own audio file, so you can upload it or send it to a friend. You also have Step Edit, which allows you to insert and delete notes off your timeline. We can also move notes on and off the grid.
I don't even know if you can actually call this Step Edit. But we're gonna watch, because look, I don't have a firm understanding of it, but it doesn't work like the other MPCs or whatever. I was quite disappointed. Please restore my faith in this unit.
Selecting the note and moving the fader back and forth. Now that we've covered the sequencer, let's make a beat from the ground upwards.
I mean,
so
that's
I'm gonna
something.
start by laying down a melodic,
But not okay. Hold that.
Now let's add some drums.
Okay. That pattern that he did is not that easy to do, but again, the master of that boom bap crazy shit is Beats by J Black, man. But yeah, that's about it for now. I know that Andy has something, like under his sleeve. I believe I might have to. We're gonna touch up on Taetro in a second. I wanted to watch his video. You know what I'm saying? He is not too many times does he have like MPC. So the portable MPC. This is gonna be a very adventurous video. 16 minutes long. Sanji C with the 11-minute video. He's trying to beat me on time. I would love to check that out. Let's go ahead and check out the Enderton's joint. It's about 52 minutes long, but I'm not gonna be watching the whole entire thing. So let's get it though. Baby Hand Andy. Okay, Anderton holding it down. Hey. What up? Oh, big shout out to A Major Keys up in this business. I mean, a major difference between like the MPC sample and like all the other portable samplers, dude. You can truly rely on the MPC sample to be your total vice for making your beats, man. And I was watching an old SP404 video that I did, and you know, the beats on my SP404 were fairly decent. I ain't gonna hold you. I miss my SP404 beats. But other than that, gang, I kid you not. Hold on for a second. I got to take this call real quick. Okay. Hey, gang, that's Boo Boo Protocol right there. That was chat privilege to see me on the phone with Boo Thang. You feel me?
Oh, hello and welcome to Anton's TV. My name
man
is
is a fool. I love this guy.
The camera. And you were just listening to the sultry sounds of Andy Mack.
How you doing, sir?
Sultry sounds.
Andy, what on earth were you just playing?
This is the MPC sample. This is the inspired by the MPC 60 and 40 years of AKAI sampling. And this really puts the whole form factor of sampling.
Even though they put like the wrong picture up there. I was like, what? You put the original MPC 60? But for those who don't know, the MPC 60 was just the MPC 60, even though there was two iterations. They had, you know, I guess the original Mark 1, but you didn't call it Mark 1, you just called it the 60. And then you had the 60 Mark 2. And, you know, that was the one that, if I'm not mistaken, AKAI Enterprise came up with. And Roger Lynn was just like, well, okay, y'all design that stuff. There's a long story along with that that I'd much rather Roger Lynn tell, because he can tell it with great detail. You know, bubble wrap that dude, bubble wrap the king. But I actually lost my thought. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore because I'm so exhausted. 25 hours. I've been up and haven't slept yet. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Fuck it, bruh.
Into the most portable and fun device that we've ever created.
Oh, that was my thought. So I know we're watching something. I know people get pissed when I talk during videos like these, but I want to take time to say this. Make sure that you support the channel. First off, you know, the channel I'm reacting to, I will have it linked in the description box. So support my fellow content creators. Secondly, a lot of the portable samplers, even though I said the SP404 is great, you know, those things that I did not like just once you stop recording on the SP404, it just did not reward you for having good timing or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can press the record button again, you know, because it's going to overdub on the MPC, and you can stop overdubbing and just experiment with stuff, and the music doesn't stop. And that in itself is a little detail that only freaking Native Instruments got right with the Machine Plus, which is not portable. The Sonicware sample track was definitely cheeks on release. It was still kind of cheeks after the fact. You know what I'm saying? You know, I put money behind it. I know I was, you know, I was wild, but, you know, I bought like 2 of them hoes, and both of them hoes is gone. Anyways, you know, when we look at the Move, look, it's Ableton Move. I'm not saying that Ableton is a terrible company or anything like that, but it's not the same, bro. I moved on from Ableton to the MPC, and bro, there's no real looking back unless I'm tracking my vocals in Ableton. Do not desire a push 3. Don't care. Look at me be biased. The move ain't it. The Novation, what was it? The Novation, damn, the fact that I can't remember just lets you know it is that forgettable. But the Circuit Rhythm, a fairly good portable drum sampler that had its own built-in lithium ion battery, did not have a screen. Dude, look, like almost every portable sampler had like obvious jank that needed to be fixed. Oh, you want the KO, my nigga? Okay, the KO is good until you really have to take the music seriously and arrange it, bro. On release, there was no way to arrange your beats, and it was actually it was a way, and it was a catastrophe. It was a catastrophe to set up like song mode or something like that. I don't know what they called it or whatever. Don't care anymore. I don't have that shit anymore. Just a waste of your time. Just a waste of your time. Fun for the moment. $300, boom. You know what I'm saying? And the obvious thing, hard drive space and whatnot. Hard to take seriously. I don't give a damn how many people got views from, dude. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to it. But portable samplers don't match up to the MPC sample because the MPC sample has mastered the main essence of a drum machine or a drum sampler.
So let's dive straight in.
Yeah, hold on to your wallets, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, Cap?
Let's go.
Some of the things that we've been doing with the launch has been incredible because we've been taking this on the road everywhere. And it really does allow you to just create beats wherever you are for the first time. Do you know what I mean? Because of the form factor. Put it in your backpack, rechargeable, you can...
Sounds a whole lot like the Live 2 and the Live 3 and the MPC Live. Sounds a whole lot like them, but you know, the difference is just that it's $400. You know what I'm saying? The real question I have is, how do you make the MPC 1 like how do you convince people to step up to the MPC 1? And I already know how they're gonna do it. You already know this joint's gonna have like 8 gigs of RAM. I don't know shit, but obviously if we know the pattern of what how AKAI drops stuff, you know they're gonna have to make it worth it. You know what I mean? Quadrants are gonna be on there, etc., etc. Those are the bare essentials, of course. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all guys think?
Sample from your iPhone with
Ghetto Styles, what's good? Happy MPC Sample Day, gang.
It takes things to an extremely fun level. So, you know, for example...
Oh, dude, Minimal Techno will go extra hard on here.
Example, let's take a classic. Loop on, loop off. Now it's just going to loop, yeah? So it's just going to loop round. Let's go to melodic. Chop it. Come out of that chop, another one. Chop. And we'll go straight into a new chop mode. Go into transients. Tune it. Put another break on.
Do we get some crack
and
tips?
And you can just loop the break instantly. So whatever I do with my drums, again, you've got that loop mode, go to your chop.
If you're going to ask me the biggest hurdle that you're going to have to get over on this unit, and it's already been, the problem's been solved, and that's just working with the 3 fixed encoders. They don't feel good. But if you touch the encoder and if you mess with the data wheel, right on the screen over here, if you touch these fixed encoders and you mess with this data wheel, you get a little bit more freedom. Of course, you have to hold shift and then twist the knobs or whatnot to get fine tuning. I don't remember if it works that way. As soon as you touch a parameter and you can press shift and then use the data wheel, I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, that's your biggest hurdle. That's your biggest hurdle. And perhaps understanding how sequences work.
So it really allows...
Just think FL Studio. If you use the MPC sample, think FL Studio.
You to kind of move around sampling like really, really fast just by using some of these key features.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
And I've now seen you do a bit where
The MPC one would never have a battery.
wow, it sounds amazing. Always sounds amazing. Can we go through like bit by bit? And can you forgive me? Because you've known about.
I'll tell you how the MPC one will look like, and I don't know anything about it. There's nothing that AKAI can say, because I don't know a damn thing, and I want to keep it that way. It's going to have the quadrants. That's a given. It's going to have at least 8 gigs of RAM. Probably they might jerk your leg and put 6 gigs of RAM in that bitch. I don't know. It might be slightly larger because, look, why would you go for the one and it costs maybe, because I expect it's going to cost like a band this time. And just given all the parts and stuff like that, shortages on RAM, all this other stuff that they're going to be battling to manufacture these units, bro, it's crazy out here. It's wild in these technology streets. It's the streets, but it's not. So you can expect it to have quadrants. Not enough to get someone to step up. Many people, they cry and complain that the quadrants are too difficult and they didn't ask for that feature. It is what it is. Some type of way to work with the clips, maybe. And the best way to work with the clips is through the step sequencer. So they got to add a step sequencer. Maybe it might be 8 instead of like 16 steps. It'll be 8 steps. But yeah, you got to make people step up to it. And more than likely, what people are going to do, even though, the key people are different than the MPC core people, they will, more than likely, people are going to look at the key 37, let's just say it exists. It doesn't exist. But, I mean, everything has been discontinued, and there's no denying that. They obviously want to move past that, but we're talking way too close now. But they would have to add all that stuff for the MPC one to be worth it, and it makes shit. Now it makes sense of why the step sequencer on the sample is ass. Because if the step sequencer on there was great, I'm just saying.
This for a while.
They could have done it.
I suppose today.
What up?
Video, there's probably other videos.
Shout out to the 128 people up in this BSDH.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
So each bit, like how we're loading sounds in, what are the headlines, what's the storage, all of those boring things, if possible.
Right. Okay, so the spec on this, you've got 2 gigabytes of RAM, okay, 8 gigabytes of storage, but you've also got an SD card, right? So you can actually access your PC and Mac and use this as a storage device, so you can move samples between devices, right? So you can put, you can put a terabyte in there if you want. So you've got loads of storage. You've got a speaker, built-in microphone. You've obviously got 16 pressure and velocity sensitive pads. You've got built-in effects. You've got 4 effects engines, right? So we've got knob effects, pad effects, flex beat, and we've also got this crazy retro compressor inside, so we can make this thing really pump and hit hard. So it gives you all of these creative tools, but the real magic is also the sampling.
I agree. The quadrants make it.
You can sample.
I think the quadrants make it the MPC more accessible for people that don't want a finger drum, because you can put rudiments, note repeats, whatever you want on there, and it truly expands the creativity of your production. I just haven't hit that plateau yet to where I can understand, how to implement it into every one of my tracks. I get lazy. I'm a lazy person, but the quadrants are not only easier to learn, they're easier to use if you want to fake pretend that you finger drumming. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how to finger drum, all it does is just make you God.
Sample without effects, chop instantly to the pads. You've got 16 levels, note repeat. So you've got all of the classic features that an MPC has, but it's also modernized with stuff like the USB-C, so you can sample straight from YouTube. But I want to record this filter.
I'm just skipping ahead. I don't think there's much I've seen in here. But yeah, the tracks are dope, man. I just wanted to check out Andy, man. I just want to see him do his thing. We kind of just talked the video, whatever, man. But we got interesting conversations. I'm here for Q&A as well as just, reacting to my fellow content creators, you know what I'm saying? And I greatly appreciate the people over at Anderton's. They don't give me multiple shout outs all the time. Andy Mack, funny story. He came from Anderton's and he went to AKAI. And he's been with AKAI for almost 20 years. I think it was like 16 years when I met Andy Mack. You know what I'm saying? Bro, more power to anybody that feels any adversity or whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. We out, gang. Link in the description box. Support them. But yeah, bro. Oh yeah, dude. I am so tired, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I want to check this out, man. So I wanted to take a little round robin and see what my fellow content creators have done with their reviews, because I've seen a lot of people have the MPC sample. It is out. Happy MPC Day. Anytime an MPC drop, it's MPC Day. So celebrate it, hate it. We don't care. We be doing our thing, bro. It is what it is. So we're going to check out Taetro first. I have everybody linked in the description box. Make sure that you subscribe to their channel. I see Beast by Jay Black is dropping stuff on YouTube, boy. Emergency. Emergency. Uh-oh.
But powerful sampler by AKAI. This video is not going to be a deep dive or full feature overview. Instead, what I want to do is give you my 3 favorite features and then talk about 3 things that I don't like too much. And that
the sequencer, 100%. I know the sequencer is a con, and I love to call it.
I hope that they'll fix.
Love to see it.
Alert, I really like the MPC sample. I think it's the most intuitive sampler.
Now, I'll give you a back history of Taetro. He was also one of the artists that I used to just like pick out some of his joints on Spotify. I know. But we had the whole Dark Coffee radio going, man. And I mean, he had a record, man. Sometimes they used to touch me so much that I would cry. I think I cried on a live stream just listening to his joint, man. Because sometimes I really encapsulate this music. But this man is notoriously went viral for Taetro. I love you. You my bro. He notoriously went famous for not getting the MPC, not understanding what the MPC was about, but I can understand the criticism at that time because the MPC at that particular time was 1.0. Could you imagine y'all bitching about 3.0? Y'all even complained during 2.0. A lot of it was warranted if you was complaining around 2.10, 2.11. It was a lot of broken shit. Yeah, dude. And he weighed in on it, so it's good to see his take on this because you need different takes from different people that even span beyond your typical hip-hop heads
in its category. More on that later. And of course, this is meant to compete with a few other samplers in the same category on the market, and we'll talk about that as well.
That man Taetro said y'all don't, if you know, you know, gang. If you know, you know.
So sample recall is essentially the same thing as the SP404 Mark II's skip back feature. Basically, it means the MPC is always listening. So currently, I've got my S1 here. It's connected to the MPC sample via the back, the audio jacks. If I just play some audio without hitting record on the MPC at all, and I didn't hit record, but I really wish I had captured that. All I need to do is hit shift
and sample recall
on the sample record button here. And what we have now.
Look at that, man. The small features that matter. When people tell you about the small features, that not everybody's going to look after. I had no clue what recall was, gang. I ain't going to hold you. And I read the manual, but there was other things that I wanted to learn on this joint.
Now is a sample of the last 25 seconds of any incoming audio coming into the MPC. And since I didn't make sound for a full 25 seconds, the sound is buried deeper into this sample, but there it is, captured. It's on a pad, ready to manipulate and chop into more things. If I
don't be speaking in front of the MPC, boy. You might if I capture. Never mind. I don't want to tell that joke. I want to keep it. I want to keep it clean.
Now. Then,
damn, that should sound good as fuck.
Sample recall. It puts it into the next available empty pad, and we have it's right there recorded for us. Real quick, I forgot to mention that in this example, I'm running the S1 via audio into the back of the MPC sample. But if you set the input to resampling, then anything you play on the MPC sample can also be captured by sample recall as well. So it's
Hey, look, me yesterday and me today, because I'm currently sleepless like a bug. Boy, I can't wait to get these barbecue ribs today, boy. I'm saying the most stereotypical shit.
pretty cool.
The ribs gonna
Actually a
hit.
shorter sample buffer than the Roland SP4 Mark II. In a firmware update, Roland expanded the skip back capability from 25 seconds to 40 seconds.
Holy.
Here we've got 25 seconds by my tests on the MPC sample, and I didn't see anything in these settings to expand that. So maybe AKAI will follow Roland's process and eventually add a longer sample.
Yeah, I'm watching this whole entire thing. I'm sorry,
The good
guys.
thing about both Roland and now AKAI adopting this feature is that hopefully this is going to become more of an industry standard, and that future samplers and groove boxes will include a similar.
Yeah, you got to be a terrible person or a vegetarian or a pescatarian not to like ribs, dog. I'm sorry. I'm with you on that, Cap.
Back or sample recall feature. This is a fantastic feature for a sampler because you can just jam without the pressure of hitting record, and if you make some magic, you can capture that magic. That's
When's
on
the beat
audio
making?
side. On the MIDI side, we have something that's very similar to Ableton's.
We only 2 hours in. I got work to do, but I'll throw something together,
Essentially,
dude.
let's say we're working on a beat. I'll
throw something together.
Hi-hat recorded. I can now go ahead and just
I
jam
want
along.
to appreciate my fellow content creators too. And then usually,
And even though I didn't hit
when I start
record on
making
that,
beats, gang, I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I start making beats, the views drop anyways. And I hate to be that kind of person, bruh, but this is what I do for a living. So if the retention is dropping, whether if the beat is hot fire or nah, it kind of gets agitating. You know what I mean? So I want to kind of keep in the times with that. I'm want to watch Taetro.
Sample recall. We can do a bit of sequence recall. And everything that I just played was actually recorded. SP404's got skip back, Ableton's got capture MIDI, AKAI brings them both together in the MPC sample. Next, let's talk about non-destructive chopping on the MPC sample. This is a very MPC style
Chinese
feature,
reels
but
be
I've got this
hitting,
vocal
gang.
sample here.
What y'all know about H-Mart, bro? What you know about H-Mart or Nung I can't even say it. Nung Yo, we have like plenty of those out here in Georgia, bruh. But H-Mart though, ooh-wee. What y'all know about pho? I had pho yesterday.
I know it's right.
Which I'd like to chop up. And the cool part about chopping samples on the MPC sample is that it's essentially a separate mode from the sample just being a pad in your kit.
True.
What I mean by that is when I enter the chop mode, I have different options for how I'm going to chop this sample, whether it's in equal parts or manually.
And the reason why that is because the chopping part is the non-destructive part. On all the big boy MPCs, you have the choice between non-destructive and going and separating the chops to be on pads or put those samples into your sample pool. While on this unit, you will have to kind of work. This is where the traditional sense comes in, because you can sample in per pad, which is on the modern day MPCs. But you know what people will do, they will sample a whole bunch of stuff inside of the MPC. You know, they'll sample their chops premeditated, and whatever they had to trim, they would just trim. And it works very well on the MPC sample, because the MPC sample is built off of that essence of simplicity, like the older MPCs. And that's why, again, this thing gonna be gone, bro. It's gonna be gone.
And now the sample is chopped, right? But it being non-destructive,
yeah, I love H-Mart.
means when I come out of chop mode.
Now, the H-Mart that you should go to is in Doraville. That's the one, in my opinion. I think I've been to the one out there in Gwinnett. It's okay. It's by the Micro Center, right? Yeah, the Micro Center is pretty nice. Look at the nerd shit that we talking about. You know, H-Mart is just an everyday thing. But yeah.
We have the sample still intact as a normal one-shot. And you can use
it. Oh,
both
Num De
ways.
Moon. Okay,
On
yeah, you're
other
right.
Samplers, typically, when you do some chopping, that means all these slices need to take up room in your kit. Not the case on the MPC sample. Chopping is just on its own little page, and the sample just stays unchopped right there in the kit. This next one is pretty simple, but I find it really useful. We can load a project as a kit on the MPC sample. Here's what I mean. I think this is a great workflow feature. I've got this lo-fi beat. Sounds pretty good, but I'd actually like to start working on a new idea that's a similar vibe. Now, I've already assembled this.
This is a key tip, because if you don't do this, boy, will you be taking up a lot of your memory. And look,
particular set of samples
preach,
that I
bro.
quite like. So now what I can do is start a new project, which gives me completely empty samples. But now I can load that previous project as a kit. If I load the kit, it doesn't bring along any sequences. It just goes ahead and populates this new project with that same set of samples. So in this case, I would probably end up erasing these sort of tonal samples, which are the backbone of the previous beat, and just reuse some of the drum elements from this one. It's a very simple workflow feature that makes it so you don't have to choose 16 new samples every time you want to start working on a beat. You can start working with some of the kits you've already built up. Those are just 3 high-level things that I really enjoy about the MPC sample that I think will really help my workflow. There's certainly other features that I really enjoy on the MPC sample as well. I'm sure I'll be making more videos on this device, on this channel in the future. Make sure you're subscribed. But there are also some things that I don't.
So Taetro has a sponsorship with DistroKid. We're going to go ahead and skip over that. But big shout out to the people over at DistroKid. No hate, no hate. I still got love for y'all over there.
The MPC has some great effects and a few different ways of interfacing with effects.
Talking about
some of them mean that you can't actually
flaws.
use your samples while you're triggering effects. The MPC sample has a few different effects modes. The first one is pad effects, which turns these pads into pressure sensitive ways of dialing in different performance effects. Next are the knob effects. These are controlled by the 3 knobs at the top of the pads and can be applied to only certain selected samples. So I'll add a low pass filter here. And while the beat is playing,
I'm not trying no shark soup. Now, I ain't gonna hold you, dog. I'm a funny eater, but I'm the type of funny eater that eats. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes vegetables, sometimes nah. You know what I'm saying? Carnivore heavy. You know, I gotta watch that because, you know, I'm older, so, you know, vegetables are, and fiber is very important, essential, you know, just like supplementing and stuff like that too.
Access those knob effects.
Plus, I'm a gym buff, even though I ain't went to the gym today.
And dial in that low pass filter. Finally, we have flex beat, which is a way of applying scratches or beat repeats in a way that's actually
okay. So we went over this in many other videos, man. Flex beat is incredible, you know, and I understand his point. Because when you are live performing, if you're a finger drummer, this does get in your way, because sometimes you don't want to just record into your sequence. You just want to rock out and show people that you can stay in the pocket. You know, that's kind of been my vibe. And that does disturb some of the, you know, playability of the unit. But you have the fader. The fader in itself can be assigned to many different things, LFOs, all that stuff. And we saw Dibiase utilize that tool too. And then, of course, if you're on the sample screen itself, granted, you know, you're going to have impeccable timing to pull it off. You can play with the filter in real time. And, you know, I don't like the fixed encoders either, but, you know, I can work around that.
Quantized or can be quantized to your beat. Now I also have access to those knob effects at the same time here, which is actually pretty cool. But the one thing you might have noticed about flex beat as well as pad effects is that we no longer have access to our samples. So it's not really possible to trigger a beat repeat while also improvising on the pads. And pad effects being named pad effects means I can't dial in this kind of cool lo-fi bit crusher while improvising with my samples either. And it seems like a bit.
Yeah, and that is true. You know, of course, Taetro knows the way. The way is just you got to build your. I know, Taetro, I know, but you know, again, with your fantastic tips about recall and utilizing that, you can combine your finger drumming with recall. And then once you get everything in the pocket and you press play, then you can kind of vibe and build from there without using the metronome, you know, so you don't have to impede in that. I don't know if metronome can be reassigned to a different, output, like how you would on the current generation MPCs, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, either way, what you showed us with recall, bruh, chef's kiss. You know, no Diddy or anything, but no Diddy.
Bit of a missed opportunity because we do have the fader right here, which can play different roles. We have a whole settings screen where
shout out to the 105 people up in here.
Does.
I appreciate y'all sliding through.
The basic parameters for individual pads like pad volume, tuning, filtering, etc. No options for any of these effects, which I think is a big missed opportunity. This fader would be great for improvising with effects. In a similar way, we have the fader on the KO.
Well, you can do that. You can do filter, like once you dive into, and for instance here, and I'm gonna have to turn on my baby. So let's just go ahead and turn on my baby so y'all guys can, you know, get the moment or whatnot. I really don't have anything laid out. I wonder. It probably be janky because I don't set my BPM when I do my finger drumming sometimes. Well, at least not on this unit because, you know, I don't have a particular workflow where I can warp stuff immediately, and nor do I need it. But what you can do on this unit, let me go ahead and get a little closer so you can see it. What you can do on this unit here is you can select your fader. And once you select your fader, you can, you know, assign this to your amplitude attack, decay, just to give you a prime example of what you can do. You can set it up to where you can do kit volume. There is things that you could do. You could pad panning, pad tune. You know, you have those instances of it, and then you can also turn it off if you don't know. I've seen some other amazing things that I'm going to have to pocket from your boy Dibiase. Dibiase. There's some things that I saw Dibiase do, dude. I'm going to revisit his video because he just really opened it up, and I know he had the clear-cut advantage because he was around Andy, because Andy was out there in LA. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to snitch, but
now,
yeah.
If you want to take a single note of an instrument and say play a melody, you can do that here on the MPC sample with 16 levels tuning, but
yeah, I can test it out. I mean, I don't, you know, I just grabbed the. All right, hold on. So I'm gonna grab this so we can answer that question, because there's a lot of people in the chat right now that want to know: does it work via Type C to Type C? I can only imagine. From me and my current hookup, it's going to be a little noisy. The MPC, and let me go ahead and flip to this view. So the not the MPC, but the MPK Mini 4 does have a MIDI out. It has a 5-pin MIDI DIN jack. So you can hook up your MIDI out into the MIDI in of the MPC sample. The only problem is this doesn't have a built-in 5-pin MIDI jack in and out like all the traditional MPCs. So I guess that's another thing that you would want to consider a one, because the one has that. But when you have this unit or whatnot, you have your MIDI in and MIDI out, you have your USB-C, and I can only imagine. Let me go ahead and grab a USB Type-C cable. I'm gonna grab the one for my sample, even though you shouldn't do that. You always use, because certain Type-C wires do have a limitation on what, when you're plugging it up. When you plug it up, this one pulls in a lot. This is made for data. This wire is made for data. So, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the MPC right here. I hate you guys right now for this. I don't want to move stuff. I'm lazy. Blessings, Big Chief. So I noticed when you use the MPK, it's not lighting up, so it doesn't bus power. Now, one thing I did notice about the MPC sample is when you plug it up to the iPad itself lights up or actually charges your MPC sample. So that is one thing. So this doesn't route in that direction. It doesn't push out power. So it doesn't have enough bus power for it to power the MPK Mini. So that is problematic, but you can use another audio. And this is the wrong wire too. So I don't know for sure 100%. Boy, this shit is dusty. I ain't been using you, girl. I haven't. Let me dust her off real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, this shit is dusty as hell. It's dusty as hell. I got it, what, back in October? I've used it maybe a few times. Yeah, so it's not able to power it. So we can't see it that way, unfortunately. Wah, 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 wah. So let me put it back up. Well, that's disappointing. What is a smaller audio interface? I know I have a not a smaller audio interface. You know what I mean, like a smaller MIDI controller. But yeah, I have a shit ton of MIDI controllers. I just had to find one that works. Yeah, I mean, you can use external power. True. But if you are out on the go and it makes sense, you know, for the MPC, it just makes sense for the MPC sample, whatever, to work with the MPK Mini 4, since the Mini 4 is their new iteration that just came out. And, you know, you want to use it without power or bus powering it. You know what I mean? It's a Korg Flip MIDI controller. I think I have one of those. Axiom 32. Dude, don't sleep on that, dog. I know you're trying to make jokes, but that is a good brand. Shit. You know what I mean? Them Axioms I had back in the M what's it? It's M Audio. I was about to say M Oxygen. It was Oxygen something, but yeah. Back to the video, bro.
Actually, there's no scales. So I've previously been aware of using...
So he just pointed out the obvious thing. This does not have scales. I've seen a lot of people, respond in the comment section saying, oh, I wish it had scales. You know, truth be told, you know, if it's me being a jerk, I'm going to tell you to get good. I can't play the keys, but I can figure some things out. I think a good video or a good discussion is with Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat, I don't know if he's 100% self-taught, but there was just chord progressions that he would play, but he would play them with confidence and it would work because he would get his shit off. You feel me? But yes, I agree. It should. And I mean, it should. And as you can see right here, by the way, let me go to a bigger view. You have your MIDI configuration right here. So you would set up your MIDI right here. You know what I'm saying? And then you would go into there. Let's see if I can get a good display of that. Maybe not. I can go a little bit closer, but I have this set up for both Instagram and I have this set up great for social media. But if you go shift, MIDI control, you have MIDI port external. Let's see. Oh, so you would set it to USB? I wonder if that makes a difference. I don't feel like grabbing it. But you can do MIDI sync in, MIDI sync out. So you can sync it with gear. You can sync it not with gear. You know what I'm saying? You can tell which version that you're running. You can factory reset this too, you know, just in case you fuck something up. You have your CV and gate settings and stuff like that. Yeah, so, you know, you have MIDI settings on this unit. Make it last forever album.
The 16 levels function for things like velocity, which is a great technique for creating natural hi-hat sounds because you can essentially bounce between accented or unaccented notes. But 16 levels on MPC Sample brings us the ability to do filter 16 levels and tuning 16 levels, which is what I want to talk about. This is how we'll take a...
Don't mind Taetro, man. Taetro don't be locked in on the MPC like how a lot of us are. So he wouldn't know that, you know, that is a key feature on every MPC.
A note one shot and play it.
He can get that wrong because that's my brother.
Now I just played a major scale here, but what we have available to us on the pads is actually a chromatic scale. As far as I can tell, there are no scales in this tuning mode, so you kind of just have to play the scale that you want. But it would be great to set this mode to an in-key scale.
Yeah, I get it too. That's just a traditional MPC workflow.
Not all samples.
Don't mean it's right,
so
but
this
you know.
is a common workflow thing. You might want to adjust something like the filter to give everything a bit of a rolled off kind of low pass filter kind of sound.
Okay, so Taetro broke it down for us, man. Greatly appreciate Taetro for his input. It's also just really good to get input from people that don't normally and he, you know, he does portable samplers. I'm not saying that he doesn't sample. I've seen him do it millions of times on his live streams. I support his channel, watch his content a lot, watching it right now. But the link will be in the description box of his channel. Make sure that you subscribe, man. I'm already a member over there. I'm a member of a lot of people's channels on the Lowski Woski. I just don't be saying much of anything. I just support from the Bizak. You feel me? Really dope, though. It's sold out. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, gang. You shouldn't be surprised. Now, one more. Shit, man. Niggas is going ape shit today, bro. You guys are showing y'all asses on these reviews. Y'all are really showing y'all asses, man. We got TJ, he did his video. MPC Sample is here. I don't know why he named it that. I think he should go for change up the title of that so you can dominate. I know there's a lot of us dropping videos, but I think you should change the title, you know, or just my suggestion. I don't think you should. Just suggestion. You got the big dogs barking in. Bolo. Come on, you don't want to type Bolo in there? There we go. Definitely got to watch Bolo's. I've already watched it. I've spoiled it, so, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I want to watch it again and, you know, sing his praises. So we're going to check out Bolo's video real quick. I want to see what he's talking about in his review because he always drops some diamonds here or there. And a big shout out to the 124 people that are watching live. So if you happen to swim in on this when it's short content on the YouTube channel, then make sure that you check out the live streams when I do live stream. Just make sure you hit the notification and all that. I don't normally beg, but you know.
Long awaited MP.
We're, you know, ain't too proud to beg. Nah. The original Atlanta. You feel me? Y'all don't know nothing about that. What y'all know about TLC, nigga?
Portable and powerful. And with all the extra. All right, the long-awaited MPC
I'll have the link in the
sample
description
is now
box.
available. This thing is petite, portable, and powerful. And with all the extra
It's funny because I used the word powerful and this was all coinky dink.
features this thing comes with, this thing just might knock out.
This just caught me off guard again.
All right, the long-awaited MPC sample is now available. This thing is petite, portable, and powerful. And with all the extra features this thing comes with, this thing just might knock out the competition.
Now, look. This is my reaction video, so I know you guys don't like it when I talk over other content creators, but I want to give a special shout out to Bolo. Again, make sure that you check out the links in the description box of the video. I don't have them in the description box of the live stream as of yet. Probably won't, but you know, when I do the content separately, most importantly, Bolo had, all right, so the teenage engineering, what is it? I promise you, I'm not trying to be an asshole on purpose. The Teenage Engineering EP 133 KO2 came out. Muhammad Ali on the cover. And there was a little bit of, you know, people didn't necessarily rock with that. You know, of course, I did my further investigations when it comes to Teenage Engineering. And they had donated to the Muhammad Ali estate or whatnot. There was black content creators that they didn't initially, we weren't initially on the roster or whatnot. You know, I bought mine immediately because I was excited about it. I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to make beats on it or whatnot and at least suck up the views, be a review succubus, as people have called me in the past or the past couple of days or whatever. Bolo came on a live stream and he had a whole lot to say. It was shocking, the angle that he took, but at the same time, I understood what he was coming from. So to see that the MPC sample is here, that explains this right here, and I'm gonna run it back. The best part of his review was just those bars.
MPC sample is now available. This thing is petite, portable, and powerful. And with all the extra features this thing comes with, this thing just might knock out the competition.
It's the bells for me. It's the boxing round bells for me.
Bolo!
That nigga Bolo a fool, cuz.
Now, before we get started, if
how's
you
the
guys
audio?
are trying to pick up an MPC sample.
All right, so that's his shield.
Let's do it.
I ain't got nothing to say. Big shout out to Zounds.com. I'm gonna keep it professional.
Looks like a mini MPC 60. And yes, AKAI did give us the classic MPC 60 look with the MPC sample. But they didn't just stop there. They also gave us the classic workflow with a few new functions added as well. But let's focus on the appearance right now. Even though y'all have already seen it. There's been leaks and everything, but I'm still gonna talk about it.
Bolo, do I have your permission to speak, gang? Do I have your permission to speak? Well, let me take the floor for a second, bro. Do you not realize, I don't know what it is about some people in this world, but y'all exist maybe as a muse for us to continue to do what we do, because you somehow think that people that do gear reviews on a release date are evil, or that we're not keeping it real if we don't talk about leaks or any of this stuff, not understanding. And I just explained it to someone, so I'm not gonna go too deep. But man, when I tell you, man, and this when it comes down to the leaks, if I wasn't so in too deep when it comes to a lot of these companies, which feel free to say whatever in the chat, in the comment section. I know some people going to stretch out what I said into a video and then cut off certain things so they can support their own narrative. Dude, I'm not against anybody covering leaks because I've done it for years. I'm also cool with all the people that want to do the leaks and whatever, man, because it helps. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys should understand that these leaks are happening for a reason. Do I know this for sure, for certain? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Don't take me to trial, AKAI. But I have a hunch that, these leaks aren't just happenstance. But then again, some companies want to sell all their units immediately, because when it comes to MPC stuff, I can tell you right now, it's been selling out immediately and organically, like not fake shit. So the leaks were entertaining. I saw AI people, like there was a legitimate person that used different person's audio, used AI generated hands in the MPC looking like this right here, but the motherfucker had like the mug had like about he had like about four fingers. It was looking like this right here, and the screen was looking crazy, and it didn't have an armrest. I was like, dude, y'all can't be that thirsty. You can't be that thirsty, but people are that thirsty.
So at the top of the MPC sample, we have a built-in speaker, which sounds
that shit was crazy,
good,
bro.
By the way,
MPC and guitar, what's going on, gang?
You can actually get a decent mix.
How's the audio, guys?
Don't know what AKAI did or where they found this speaker, but they did an
Nah, nigga, you was stretching it on that one. I'm Bolo. I definitely ain't trying to start nothing. Look, I know we done been through some trials and tribulations together, and I can't talk right. But what I'm gonna have here is some gospel music. We're gonna play the gospel music. But my brother, you need to be baptized for talking about the speaker being good. I understand you want people to click the affiliate link. I do too. I do too. But when they hear the quality of them out of that one speaker, they're gonna be looking at you like, folk. Y'all killing y'all blazing me up. They're gonna be like, folk, you's a liar. You's a liar, and I promise you, people gonna be upset. They're gonna be upset. But everything else, look, everything else is solid on the unit. But that speaker is a travesty. I'm gonna keep it real.
excellent job with this very tiny but powerful speaker on this unit. They have a full color screen on here, which does the trick. Now, it's not a touch screen or nothing like that, but it is a full color screen and it does a really good job. It also has bank display lettering on here. So whatever pad bank you're in, whether it's pad A or...
As a detail is crazy, but you know, there's many people that, you know, as a beginner, you want to get into MPC stuff, you didn't want to spend the money, bro. They want to know these kinds of, you know, details. And that's why I kind of spent my time and kind of having opinions on my review. I didn't want to do, you know, something like loop pop. I could have easily and did a phenomenal job. Boy, would I've been tired as hell. I would have been tired. I'm sorry. Not going to do it. That's why I do masterclasses on all that. But the point of this video is just relaying some of the details that some people will ask. You know what I'm saying? He even makes a beat.
Pad H,
I mean, spoilers.
It will highlight that letter for you. We have our main volume knob, and we have 3 buttons on the top.
And one thing I would like to compliment Bolo on, bro, is his cinematography has stepped up a billion times, bro. The quality of this, I watched this on the OLED, bro. It looks really good, man. It's making me want to step my shit up.
Because most of the things that you're going to do on here is going to require you to use that shift button. So yeah, the shift button is king on this unit. Now on here we have our mode section, we have our pad play section, we have our transport section, we have of course our shift.
This nigga even brought out the PNG arrow, gang. Yo, if you know, you know, bro. Nobody wants to edit a video and put all this love in. And this is not a hard thing to do, but it's just so tedious. And I can only imagine how Bolo edits his videos. Hopefully he's using like CapCut, because I can't stand, goddamn, what's that joint called, man, on MacBook? Boy, Final Cut. Oh my God, garbage. Basura. Trash. I hate Final Cut. The other thing, DaVinci Resolve, DaVinci Code, whatever, bruh. Trash. Don't want it. Get it out of my face. Basura. CapCut though, gang. CapCut goes so hard in the paint, it's ridiculous. CapCut, and I know you gotta pay a monthly fee to get all the effects. That's all the bullshit, but you can use it for free, and you can kind of make your own effects. But dude, those effects come in handy, bro. It is what it is. What's good, Jay? Yeah, man.
And our pad bank button. We have a sample select and tap tempo. We have our main knob where we can make all of our selections. We have a mixer knob, and we have our erase and note repeat button. Now we have 3 knobs at the top.
Nothing like a rocket in the pocket is crazy.
These knobs can have several.
Yo, look, it probably took him 3 hours just to do this right here. These 3 PNGs, and I'm not saying that because, you know, I'm just saying in general, bro. It depends on what your editing situation, and I ain't gonna hold you. I used to edit my videos in Final Cut when I got excited about buying my MacBook Air M1, you know, that being my very cheap, low budget entry level. Now we got the Neo, whatever the hell it is, bro. I'm acting like an old head right now, bro. It is what it is, gang. But depending on what the video editing software, the workflow, man, this could be a complete nightmare. It is not so bad in Sony Vegas, but at the same time, it is bad. And then, of course, there's other tools, but
functions.
Or you can use AI. Do y'all want to use AI to edit videos?
Of course, we have the classic MPC pads on here. These are colorful backlit pads. Now, these pads are a little bit smaller than normal, but I'm glad that they found a way to fit all 6.
A little bit. A little bit. Hold on. A little bit.
She got your ass.
Nah, okay. Those shits is hella small, but they're surprisingly quality. So I give him that. Yeah, man. He definitely wants to move them units. He probably moved all the units over there at Zounds.com. More power to my brother. Get that bag, my G. It is what it is. I'm over here at GC, gang. We banging. We banging now, dog. If you're Zounds, man, what's happening? We Guitar Center gang.
16 pads on here. And just for everybody who's going to be
that'll be a funny skit.
Is the response good with the pads? Yes, they are. You're still getting that classic MPC response with these pads. And to top it off, we have a microphone on this unit, and the microphone actually...
Bolo does a beat over here. I'm going to get to the beat I think he had chapters. Maybe Bolo, add chapters to your video, my brother.
And add our chops. Now, even though we're in chop mode and everything is lit up, everything is still going to correspond with this first pad right here that we have the chop on. So let's go into chop mode and let's go ahead and chop this up real quick. And oh, one last thing, make sure you have count in enabled. So what you want to do is
we didn't do the thing. We didn't do the thing, guys. You know what the thing is. When you read off the IO, he read it smoothly. Spoiler alert. He read it smoothly. We can go on. Let's go further. This is Snipe Young's sample. I definitely chopped this shit up being lazy. So we got similar taste.
All right, so we got that at 132 BPM.
DJ Scratch was good.
A little bit faster, even without having to do anything to the sample. So let's go ahead and go to sequence, and let's make this 135 BPM, and let's see how that sounds.
My nigga Bolo got them. I'm saying it. We cool, Bolo. We cool. No, I ain't gonna say it. I want to make, but I want to offend. Yeah, chopping samples on this is not too bad, man. But big shout out to Bolo, man. I have him linked in the description box, man. Make sure that you hit that boy with the follow, man. Real talk. It's so much to cover, bro. It's so much to cover, and I do these kinds of reactions because I know y'all guys enjoy it. I know y'all guys want to, spread the news. Start spreading the news. The fact that my black ass knows what that is, but I mean, it's a Broadway song. New York, New York. Don't front. Yeah, a lot of us have a lot of Caucasian in us. whoa, no Diddy. But let's see. What we got?
Challenged me, and they said,
restrain yourself. Dog, I haven't slept, man. Okay, so Andy, yeah, we saw the overview of Andy. We saw that. You know what I'm saying? I seen Marlo Dix did his video. His video was pretty decent. I wouldn't be surprised if he did something with AKAI. Tipty, he did his video. I seen a few other people, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Ooh, Gnarly. She did a video with Tom. Big shout out to Gnarly. So we're going to check out Gnarly real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make this a compilation.
Yo, what's good?
Bro, I'm a demon, dog. I'm a demon. I'm a demon.
Present to you brand new AKAI MPC sample. It's the latest model in the line.
What up, Mix Master? What you talking about?
It's the smallest one we've seen yet. We've got the beautiful retro colorway. It's a throwback to some of the old.
Ooh, I love her her pad, her mouse pad. So she probably games like a mug. She looks like it. She looks like she be gaming and shit. You know what I mean?
Controllers, the MPC.
I wonder what she gonna say. She gonna talk shit to me.
The wrist pad here at the bottom.
And don't let the face fool you, boy. This nigga right here, hell, cut, boy, stop. This girl right here is nasty. This woman right here is nasty on the pads. Real talk.
Fader, which call back to those.
Let me give her a little bit more volume.
It's still super powerful. It's got that MPC workflow, and there's a whole bunch of features that are packed into this. So in this video, I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of some of the main features that you'll find in the MPC sample.
All right,
and
chat.
You'll see that this thing lives up to the hype. Taking a bit of a closer.
Now, she's if we're talking about like video games and we're going to give her a title, she would be an elite. You know, if you know, you know. For anybody that plays any roguelike games or you know what I'm saying, Diablo or something like that, she's an elite. She's an elite warrior. She might be one of those elites that you barely get. You know what I'm saying? When you get the fight, you're just happy to fight, even though the fight itself is probably will end the game. She's one of those. She's that kind of boss. You feel me?
Look at the unit. You can see it's that
happy MPC day, gang.
Colorway. We've got a full
happy MPC to all.
Screen, 16 pounds.
Bro, MPC guitar, MPC and guitar. My God, I said the same thing. She's like, "What do you mean?" She hit me with the, "What do you mean?" Well, that's how I envision her saying that in the comment section. I was like, damn, I wasn't trying to be a troll or anything. Well, I didn't take any offense to it, but yeah.
Adds with velocity sensitivity and
I hate
RGB
spam
LED
bosses.
lights.
I swear.
Also double
Like,
up with shift
that's that
functions.
Enter the Gungeon
On the
shit. I
left-hand
hate.
side
Well, I
is
love
where
the
you
game,
can
but
put
I
in
just
micro SD
sometimes
card.
that game is really
On the back,
irritating.
we've got a power button, USB-C for charging, file transfer and audio sampling, record gain, stereo line in and out, MIDI in and out, sync, and then we've also got our headphone mini jack.
Got her. She edited that part. I'm telling you, that's the part that gets everybody. And when you do a review, dog, it's something about talking about the I promise you, every content creator that I know, please, if you're in the chat, if you're in the comment section, tell me, am I lying? Am I wolfing? When you talk about the IO, bro, I just can't talk anyway, so don't worry about me. When you talk about the IO, it's something that gets you stuck, even though you know what it is. You got two headphones, like it just happens. It just comes out there, like what the fuck?
On the front, you'll find the built-in speaker, our main master
That's
volume
gnarly.
knob, and the new built-in mic. These multi
I have a link in the description box. How's the audio? Is it too distorted? It sounds like it's
work
distorted.
through. We've got our different mode buttons, so samples,
Gnarly
sequence.
beats.
There's the pad effects button. Shift will get you into your flex beat, and then also knob effects. With the pad effects, you can actually do 4 at a time. You can also latch them, and with flex beat, you can quantify.
All right, man. We've heard all this stuff, man. It's just her doing a job. I want to see the slaps. That's why I started off my video with a slap, so I can get into the not so interesting stuff to me.
Velocity sensitivity down to 0.
It's kind of low.
So now when I'm ready to copy this over to make the next chop, I'm just going to
How's the volume now?
And then erase, which is copy. Copying this pad over here. And then you can just keep doing that. So really
The copy button is going to save your life. Never forget the copy and erase button on this unit.
quick workflow. We also have the chop.
And that was her bullshit. That was her bullshit. I let you know. When she locks the fuck in, gang, when she locks in, ain't nothing. Boy, there's been time. I remember the first time I clicked on her shit, I was like, look at this young lady here. And then it was insanity from that point on. She's nasty. She's nasty at that shit. She's nasty at that.
Button, which is a dedicated chop function. The first type it's going to go onto is transient threshold. You also have by region, so 4, 8, or 16. You also have manual chop. Made those chops.
What
you want to go in and
what you
edit
got?
them.
What
We're
you
gonna
got,
do
sis?
Shift and we can
What you got?
actually,
What
again,
you got,
we can
queen?
Zoom in, and now we can edit where the start point is. So you've got all that fine-tune control.
Okay, yeah, she's chopping stuff. I want to see
The
is
record button after you've recorded. It kind of works like an open. We're going to start playing later, and then this.
well, she a wild one when it comes to making these beats, man. But she be going ham, man. But big shout out to Gnarly. I have her linked in the description box. She did that damn thing, dog. But what we gonna really do, bruh? What we really gonna do is this right here. I'm gonna take a second, a time breather. I'm looking at the chat, you know. Let me turn this shit off, bro, because I don't want this battery to die on me. I mean, I could charge it now, but, you know, I don't want the battery to die. But chat, comment section, wherever, bro. I want to react to some of the craziness. There was some crazy videos on Instagram, and I think it's about time that we checked some of them out. Some of them cross over to YouTube Shorts and all that. I did my thing, so make sure you support my videos, but make sure that you check out some of these YouTube Shorts on the MPC sample, bruh. Crazy shit about to hit you. So let me go ahead and grab. Man, said someone earlier was talking about how the MPC is a cash, the MPC sample is a cash grab. You damn right. It better be a fucking grab. What you mean? What? What are we talking about here? Like, what are we doing, gang? What are we doing? Let's get with Beats by J Black. We always got to check in when he did something with Sweetwater. So he's banging Sweetwater. I'm banging Guitar Center. Bolo is banging Zounds. That's wild. That's a wild combination. We are banging. Wow. Whoa, pause.
Me and they said, yo, can you make a beat in under a minute with one of the kits that are on here? So let's see what we can do.
And the answer is yes. Come on, bro. This shit light work. Fool got a gold mic. And we're gonna watch this shit again. Fuck that.
Sweetwater challenged me and they said, yo, can you make...
So there's some subtle things that you need to understand when he's doing his finger drumming. And I've been observing a couple of things. Of course, I've had the opportunity to collaborate with him. Big shout out to Beats by J Black. You should follow him on social media. If you don't, then I don't know how in the hell you talk about this MPC shit. If you say that Beats by J Black, if you put Beats by J Black is trash in the same sentence, dog, you have no respect. You get no respect from nobody. You know what I'm saying? You are rage baiting the earth, dog. Those are two words that should not be put in the same sentence. Now, if you say Mcree and then you say it's trash, then you might have a bit of an argument because I don't do shit. I ain't nothing but a nigga that just sit here and commentate
with one of the kits that are on here. So let's see what we can do.
So he has, and this is one of the tips that I can tell you guys, what I've learned. Having some kind of percussive sound that acts as like a metronome helps you with keeping it inside of your pocket. Of course, practice is what makes perfect or whatnot. But if you have like a sound, like I use bongos sometimes, I'll use a shaker or something like that, and I'll still do the hi-hats, but I'll launch it on the pad at one time, just on a one. And if it happens to be like a 4-bar loop or whatnot, you know, it's not too cheating. But yeah, it makes your performance eclectic. This nigga has an Atlanta Hawks chain. And that particular pattern that he's doing, I'm still doing it at like maybe 50 BPM or something like that. I'm doing it extremely slow. Still messed that up, dog. This man is ridiculous, ambidextrous, if that's the word. Which woo. Hey.
Sweetwater challenge.
It's, man, I was gonna say an inappropriate joke, but you know. But yeah, Beats by J Black. I seen him go crazy. Let's see who else goes crazy. And I'm trying to pause the stream, like you know what I'm saying. I'm used to pausing my videos when I have empty space. So you know I'm out of practice, bruh. Yapping. I'll make it up to you guys. We'll have MPC Day Part 2, but it's just too much ridiculous content, bro. It is too much ridiculous content. So. Beats by J Black don't drop his videos. I'm gonna go into my story, dude. We've had some crazy shit going on the stories, bro, and I don't post nothing nasty or crazy or anything. So no Instagram thotties will pop up on the screen. So you know, everybody's been going ape shit. You know, I apologize. I'm gonna get a better view of what we do over here. That is the trailer. We just got finished watching that. That's my video. This is Andy Mack on the MPC right here. Yes, the MPC sample does have banks. You have like bank A to H, and I don't know how many. I think that goes up to 128. Am I doing the math right, or is it 64? It's one of those two. I can't remember. But it has multiple banks, and the way you utilize your banks is like your tracks and stuff like that. and you just have one track. You do your one track. You put that into a sequence. You can make your sequence. It's pretty much the MPC workflow from there. You just don't have multiple tracks, but you do have multiple tracks because the paths count as tracks. W Rage Bait. Yeah, I can't wait. The way this unit is designed, it's perfect for social media, bro. It's perfect for social media. It's Dibiase. See, Dibiase be knowing how to take stuff and, make it his own. He knows how to carve out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? AKAI is crushing it on the technology world. In the technology world, yeah, absolutely. But what comes up must come down sometime eventually, right? Oh yeah, dog. I gotta get some rest, but I'm gonna lock the F in. We ain't gonna do Dibiase. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this, gang. we ain't gonna be acting up like that on the MP, bro. It's a $400 sampler, man. Chill the freak out. Yep. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Now let me explain. That isn't like that's ill, like gross. That is nasty. I don't like it. It's gross, nasty. Damn, dog. What is you doing? Homie is cooking. Homie is cooking in the best way possible. Homie is the reincarnation of Chef Boyardee with a salt and pepper beard. Bro, nasty. Man, I can't. You know what? He's Gordon Ramsay. We go. Oh my God, that fits Dibiase perfectly. That's my nigga, dog. I know, man. Dibiase gonna kill me, but it is what it is, gang. We got to keep this thing going, though. What we got? Okay, we got Yaahn. Yep. Nick, I'm telling you, people were acting up today. Acting a whole ass donkey on these machines. I'm just saying. No, I'm definitely selling my MPC 2000 XL. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and plug my shit in. There's a couple of units that I'm going to sell. A little leftover stuff. I hate to say that the MPC 2000 XL is a leftover thing. I know people, they cherish the older samplers and all that. Man, there's a lot of history with the MPC 2000 XL. The only problem with the 2000 XL that I own is that the pad sensors need to be replaced. Everything else, though, works perfectly. It has the 8 outs. It has the rare EFX chip in it. You know what I'm saying? So you can look. The EFX is rare, but it's not. The effects aren't great. Was it? I don't know the proper model number for it. I've cooked up with it a few times. I was prevented because the pads didn't work, but I bought it anyways because why not? I started a couple of projects as far as Mr. Fix Me Up. I ended up fixing the ASR 10 or the ASR X Pro that I had and selling that because, dude, the ASR X Pro, regardless of what people say, is ass. It's ass, and people have made some really dope beats on it, but it is absolute garbage. I don't feel that exact way about the 2000 XL. You know, deeper history with it, of course, so I'm a little bit more biased. But I don't have I'm not using it, bruh. Someone else can use it. Then you can replace it and have the blue the LCD screen. Is it, or is it the LED screen? Let me know in the chat, bruh. But other than that, dude, yeah, ain't no way, dog. I'm gonna sell mine. There's a few people that want to buy it, have interest. I'm probably gonna sell it for, you know, a very decent price. You know, with the 8 outs, gang, with the 8 outs and the EFX, fairly decent condition. But the 8 outs alone, I can take them shits out and sell it for 500. What the fuck? We got Marlo Diggs. Peace to you. It's a whole lot of hip hop today. Not a lot of trappity trap, and I love that. We can always replace trap. You know what I'm saying? The trap music is good. I'm all for it. Love it. It is what it is. But dog, you know, having a day like this is kind of a good day. Oh, I didn't check out Accurate Beast review. He had one of the best ones too, by the way. See, one thing about Marlo Diggs that a lot of people don't understand, bro. There's only a select few of people that have really mastered the art of sampling. You know, we watch Dibiase. We already know it. Cold as hell on the beats. Marlo Diggs is probably one of the quiet beast when it comes to sampling because he understands sample layering, which is not an art form that many of us understand. I know for a fact that I'd be too lazy to go far and beyond when I sample a record to find the little intricacies of the groove. You know, I know the cheat code that brother Bink showed us on his Rhythm Roulette episode, but bruh, this man right here, intergalactic. Get this nigga out the house, bro. This man just be locked in. My world was falling down. Cooking soul on the track. Now, I thought for sure he would be one of the few people that would have an MPC 60 Mark II. It's crazy how rare that is, dude. It's crazy how rare it is. And the asking price for an MPC 60 Mark II is about $2,000. You should never ever pay more than $2,000 because it's never ever been more than $2,000. There was a reason why the 60 Mark II came out. It was to kind of galvanize the sales of the more expensive 60. You know what I'm saying? Gradual changes here or there. You know, I do like the cash register joint, but yeah, bro. Yo. This one threw me for a loop. This is Mr. Machine Plus Machine Mark III finger drummer extraordinaire, That Son. Bro, What in the world is he doing over here? Now, I remember Bolo did a video. I know y'all get tired of me talking over shit. Fuck y'all. It is what it is. Support these content creators and watch their content. I just advocate for my fellow content creators. Dude, when I saw this, I was just like, huh? What? Let's vibe. Now, when it comes to that son's finger drumming process, he has like this awkward, and when I study people's finger drumming skills and all this other stuff, what I like about his style is that he's more of a crossover type. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll have instead of, if it was me, working, I work with the left side, the right side. This man is free flowing where he'll have, and I got my damn microphone all in my shit, where he will do this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more up and down. That's my style. Like I up and down pads and stuff like that. He goes cross and all that. You know what I'm saying? He likes to cut his own fingers off, bro. He gets in the fast lane with that shit. You feel me? He gonna be cursing his own hands out later. You know what I mean? What else we got, gang? Well, what else is on here, man? Beast by J Black did another video. Man, chill, nigga, chill. Like, chill, bro. What we got? Beast by J Black, what you got for us? Hold up. Damn, I gotta find it again. What we got, bro? That would have been it. But yeah, that sample is disgusting, dude. That shit is disgusting. What else you got, bro? We already seen. Big shout out to the homie. Okay, we got non-MPC sample shit. Matter of fact, let's see if I can go over here somewhere and type in MPC sample and see what pulls up. Because I don't think I didn't hashtag or nothing, bruh. I don't be giving a fuck about this shit. I give a fuck, but I don't. MPC sample. So we got damn, she already was she on her 50th video already? God damn, girl. Damn. How's the audio? Yo. Someone wrote in the comment section, let me go ahead and highlight this just in case, I edit this shit because I want it clear and crispy. It says, my KO2s might have to find a new home. My shit's been on eBay. That person that bought that shit, they they know my frustrations now. God bless Teenage Engineering. They hit a lick. That lick is dead now. They did. They did. Let me stop being an ass. What else we got? That's Andy. Why is my joint coming in there? This is my video.
So this was the brand new one?
Like, yeah, that's my video, bro. I haven't seen likes like this in probably everybody was like, oh, that's Beats by J Black. That's his. Fooled you. You thought it was Beats by J Black, but no, that was my MPC gang. No, not much out yet. So boy, talk about a content gap on this joint right here. I seen Shorty. So I hate to call out the obvious, but the beat is fire. And I say this with TLC. But there ain't nowhere in the world this is not plugged in to anything. And she's just making a video. I've seen plenty of people do it. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't want to. But the beat is fire. No disrespect to her. Okay. This is the time. So for those who don't know, this is the Tom Bergerman. He makes probably the best sample packs, period. Like, he's the only person I think that makes sample packs that will survive the AI slop, bro. Because he's just that talented, gang. He's just that talented. Real talk. The Tom Bergerman is that talented. His samples are nasty, disgusting. All right, so, what I'm looking at the chat right now. Has she done any videos? Has Sarah Too Ill done any videos? Well, it would have popped up. Dude, I don't think she gets anything less than 1,000 views when she posts something. I don't think I checked this out.
AKAI MPC SAMPLE.
Oh, okay. So this is Sarah's joint. Now, I don't necessarily want to do the review for her review or anything like that. But I just want to hear her beats. If she has a beat, yeah, that will fit the vibe of this video. So let's see. I mean, the only thing is, I wish you would have like plugged up to some type of audio source so you can hear it. But the cool thing about it is that she's utilizing the speaker. She's utilizing the speaker, and hence why I say the speaker is ass. Yeah, but in terms of the beat, though, it sounds good, though. You know what I mean? It sounds like I'm doing a beat review, like I'm doing an Instagram beat review or some shit. But yeah, she did a good job. She gets a heart. She gets a tarty heart. A tarty heart. It says it's back ordered until April 13th. Well, you're going to have to wait, nigga. It's Aries season coming up anyways, nigga. What the fuck? I'm being stupid now. Let's see. No. But yeah. Let's go back one. That's Dibiase wrecking through shit. Who's this? Oh, this is Andy.
Really want to showcase.
That reminds me of like Tribe Called Quest, kind of something that Quest would do. You know, I mean not Quest, but Q-Tip. Boy, I was about to really fuck up. I was gonna say Tribe Called Quest, but I'm naming Quest Love from the Roots, the drummer. Like, what the fuck?
How fast it is to use and all of the cool things that you can do by moving through all of the different features. MPC Sample, built on 40 years of legacy, basically. Everything you know about AKAI, from sampling S1000, 950s, really taking it back to the 60 to that iconic look that really makes you kind of like love.
Okay, that's enough of that. And if y'all need a evaluation of what I did on my joint, because you know I'm way off the algorithm, or either let me you know what? Let's do some investigations, bro. Why their shit is popping. Like, okay, so Cooking Soul is Cooking Soul. You know what I'm saying? I know he has, you know, verification. I know that I heard it helps you push through the algorithm because they don't want to do that and shit like that. But, you know, there's always, see, it has MPC Sample, AKAI Pro. I don't think I have an MPC Sample in there. So I need to do it. Let's see if it's related. Let's go to Gnarly. See, I see AKAI Pro, AKAI MPC Sample, Beats, Boom Bap. Okay, so I definitely need to check. I need to change my shit. But yeah, so y'all can put me under investigation. I'm gonna go right here to my shit. The only thing I regret when making this track, I didn't use any of the real-time effects or anything like that. And you know the craziest thing about this routine, bro, and I'm gonna keep it real. Oh, okay, Nocturnal Ron, I ain't heard from this ninja in forever. I prefer 12 bigger pads rather than 16. Nigga, shut up. Like, I don't care what you prefer, nigga. Nigga, people in hell prefer ice water, motherfucker. That don't mean they gonna get it. You always got one. The nigga came into my conversation and talking about, so, well, actually, I would like 12 pads over 16 pads. Oh, I hate niggas like that. Like, god damn, nigga. Just learn the shit. It would have made me much better. It would have made me moist. Oh, big shout out to Ski. Simp came up in there. Dilio, let me you know, you got to heart your community back because they can just be anywhere, but you know they supporting your boy. You know what I'm saying? Finally, I'm gonna give him a hearts. I already chewed him a new asshole up in my live stream. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer 12 pans that were larger. Actually, guys, you know, I'm entitled to it. But yeah, I thought the routine was good. And then, you know, the more I look at it, I'm just beating myself over the head. I could have took it a little bit further. And, you know, that's the one thing about recording yourself when you're doing your content in your live performances or whatever the case. You see what you're messing up on, and then you could just correct it. And that's why I truly been doing the past 30 years. Oh, my God. But nah, for real, though. That's what I try to do, bro. I be trying to improve on shit. But let me read the comments, man, because I think, you know, why not, right? I'm here. This is the most dangerous thing to do while on a live stream. We already roasted. I'm more sample-based. I currently use an AKAI MPK and my MPC Beats DAW. I feel this would be better used to me than a live. Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you don't, for an entry level MPC, here we back in the pocket. But for an entry level MPC, you don't get anything better than this until AKAI makes something better than this. You know what I'm saying? All the portable samplers, I mean, SP404, despite its convoluted workflow now, because, you know, they added different shift, this, that, and the third. It has probably one of the more refined workflows, though. One again, I'm not a fan of how the sequencer stops when you want to, stop recording or whatever. It should just continuously play. Maybe they fixed that. Looks small for finger drumming. That is very true. But I have big hands, dude. I just got big hands. Is it less complicated than? Oh yeah, I already answered that, dude. And my answer to that was nothing is difficult if you put time into it. So you just put time into it, man. You don't just buy something and think you're going to become instantly good. This is a growing process for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? We are just partaking in this world. We don't know if people, we just hope that people like our music and stuff like that. And, that stuff. What's this barbecue spot though? What is your favorite barbecue spot, chat? For me, it's Thompson Barbecue, maybe Jim and Nick's. There's Williams Brothers. Yeah, dude. Let's see. C&B Barbecue. Ain't no fucking way they rebranded that place. Ain't no fucking way. I'm sorry, gang. What is it? Damn, I want to pick something up. I think I'm going to go and get that shit before I pass out and die. Hell yeah. Ribs and Things? That sounds like a good-ass spot. The life is literally a computer in a box. I mean, yes, it is. I mean, all MPCs are. All your portable samplers are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be that person that be like, oh, no, it's just analog, and it just has a digital screen. The only company that did that ever was probably, well, not ever, but one of the main companies that, they have actual analog sound, like VCAs, not just saying if something is analog because you have 8 outs or whatever. I'm talking about like the Moog Mother 32. The Moog Mother 32 was the first analog and digital joint that I came across, just to clarify. And, bro, I wish I had one right now, dog. That shit is disgusting. That shit was disgusting. I just never used it that much because I didn't have to. What? Man, what is this? Damn, what is this day, gang? What the fuck? Anyways, dog, I'm just gonna have to do a part 2, bro. I'm 3 hours and 36 minutes, and people ask questions that came through. God bless y'all. I'm about to slide, gang. I just got to Twitch. Goodbye. I wasn't even paying attention to y'all. No way. And YouTube, salute y'all my true soldiers, man. God bless y'all. We'll be back on the next episode.